It's dark. It's dark, people. Chelsea, your season is over. Don't need this. Don't need that. Season's done, people. Season's done. We don't need this either. Season's done. Don't need the lights. Don't need anything. We're just gonna watch. We're gonna analyze. And we're just gonna see what happens. We're just gonna see what happens. I don't think anything's gonna happen this season. I already said it. It's all on this game. I look ridiculous. I don't give a single fuck. It's done. It's done. What the hell do we need to really back the boys and back this silly project and back whatever mediocrity this has become now? I love you, Chelsea, but today you just clearly showed you don't give a fuck about us. Great. That was great. Wonderful display. Wonderful display. I said it, people. I said it. And listen, I know. I want to back Liam. By no means am I here to tell you guys, Liam Rosine, you're out and all this reactionariness, right? I really want to back the guy. I do. But from the get-go, from the moment he was put into the job, I knew he was going to be set up to fail. I knew he was going to be set up to fail. Don't be optimistic about the FA Cup. Don't be optimistic about the league, and forget about UCL. Let's see what happens next season. It's over. Season's done. Season's done. I already said this from the first leg, and it just continues on. What makes it even worse, people, is that you saw that Arsenal team, right? They barely did anything to us, really. But what did we do? A shot on target from Enzo for Kepa to save, and that's it. Yeah, we had no bite, no desire, no prowess. Like, it's just, it looked toothless. That's not Chelsea. That's not Chelsea. The Chelsea I knew fights for trophies. The Chelsea that I saw earlier this season, when a certain Italian was in charge, gave that Arsenal squad more of a fight with 10 men than I've seen in 2 legs of Liam Ball. With 11 men, by the way. Oh, but Marshall, we won 5 in a row. We won 5 in a row. 6 out of 7. We made such a brilliant comeback against West Ham. Relegation West Ham. Oh, Maresca, that Italian, that bold fraud, couldn't do it against Brentford. He struggled against Lincoln. He struggled against Cardiff. Look at what Liam could do against Charlton. Oh, but we have to rest Reece. Reece isn't ready. Reece couldn't pass the medical test of the game. We have to be ready against the mighty league challenging Wolves. Yes. Oh, trust me. Believe in the project. Blueco, best directors in the game, best owners in the game. Have a fucking day off. Have a fucking day off, dude. This is ridiculous. You guys saw that game. You know what my analysis of the game is? You want to hear what my quick summary of the game is? First of all, like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video. Thank you very much if you do so. I do appreciate it. That's the most positive thing that can come out of this review is you guys just supporting the channel. Which, listen, win, lose, or draw, I will be here to review the games. Okay? Now, if I'm going to back this manager and be optimistic. I'm not going to feed you guys something I don't genuinely believe in. Okay? This was the game for me to actually believe in something. And after that display that I saw, okay, quick summary of the game, guys. We did fucking nothing. There. We did nothing. And then Kai Havertz scored a last minute goal from a counterattack. Probably the last play of the game. Cool. That's the summary of the game. We went into this game a goal behind, right? With a win, with a goal, we go to penalties, and we gave ourselves a chance to advance to the final. We went into this game with 5 defenders. Liam Delap at right wing, because he's played there at Hull. Brother, I don't give a fuck what he played at Hull. He ain't played that at all this season. I'd rather see KDH at right wing than Liam Delap. If the strategy was hold out for halftime, tired legs, bring on your superstars, and go for it second half. I think it was the 60th minute when we actually saw Palmer and Esteval. I think so. Yeah, that didn't happen, did it? So, I don't know. I don't know at this point. The medical team didn't approve of Reece and Neto being involved in this game. Whether you like Neto or not, that's besides the point. But one thing you can't disagree with me on, one thing you cannot tell me, is that Reece James on that pitch would not have made an impact. But guys, we got to save him for Wolves, because it's such a tough game against Wolves. Look at what happened against us against West Ham. We barely won. We need our best resources against Wolves. I'm speechless. Genuinely, guys, like, we'll analyze this game. We'll try to break it down. We'll try to assess it. But I'm telling you right now, if you're looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, if you're looking for a bright side, if you're looking for optimism, today's not going to be the day. I'm telling you right now, today, this stream is not going to be the day. We'll try to have a fair and balanced review today, but I'm telling you right now, it's probably going to be most of us criticizing and lambasting the manager and that performance that we saw today. So if you're here for it, if you're joining us for this thriller of a ride called Chelsea Football Club in 2026, then welcome. Welcome. Smash a like on your way out or your way in or out. Some of you might not be for it. Like, oh, these guys are always negative. I wish you were here when I was all ultra positive and shit. But sure, these guys are always negative. All these guys don't believe in the project. Oh, these guys always complain. Cool, bro. I don't care. Rewatch the content, then say that. But hey, sit back, relax. We're going to try to have an analysis of the game. We're going to see how this goes. But I'm telling you right now, there's probably no optimism in this. Fuck. Like I said, it's dark. It's dark. So let's see what we do. Let's see what we get out of this analysis. But hey, welcome, like, subscribe, hype. Let's get that panel in here. Big up, boys. Well, we all just witnessed that horrible performance. Who wants to kick it off? Who wants to get it off their chest?
I have to start this because, I genuinely have to start this because, there's no other way to genuinely put it, because
you said we were going to win.
Yeah, man. I genuinely thought, going into this game, I had some belief. I thought genuinely the team was going to do something here today. I think if the initial plan, as you said previously, obviously, was to hold back for 45 minutes, and then at halftime you sub on your 2 best attackers in Esteval and obviously Palmer, and you go for that attack, then I genuinely think, that would have been genuinely a plan that could have worked. Because you saw what happened when they came on. You saw that Arsenal in this game were not playing to their best, their strength, and everything of the sort. But instead, we didn't do that. I think for me, the main issues that I just felt like, today the manager acted like he was playing for Strasbourg and he wasn't playing at Chelsea Football Club. That is fundamentally the issue that happened today. Like, from a tactical viewpoint, he forgot that he was at a big club and he thought Chelsea was just another Strasbourg. This is not Strasbourg. This is not Wolves. This is not a small club, bro. Okay, if you're gonna play football here, you have to play the type of football you have to play football here where you're gonna be, what's it called, on the foot and being able to do the stuff that needs to happen. And for me, from a manager perspective, that did not happen. Playing three attackers going forward is an absolute disgrace. There's no other way to put it, bro. Okay, playing the lap right wing, which, listen, I understand that he played right wing at Hull, is absolutely, criminal. He did just as equal, if not worse. Again, I'm gonna say this, if not worse than what I've seen Garnacho do. Generally on that wing, there is no other way to put it. João Pedro essentially was isolated. João Pedro is like, a country that's in the middle of like two countries at war. You know what I mean? Legit. Just alone, he's just in the middle of it. So therefore, like, both countries try to invade him to fight. It's as simple as that. That's what he was in that middle, isolated. And
wait, did I do that?
I don't think so.
I just got back. So what'd you do to him?
I don't think I did that.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, my bad. I just touched a button. Okay. You then have Enzo Fernandez left wing. Now, you would think we had learned the lesson under Mauricio Pochettino, of not playing Enzo on the left wing, but somehow I'm still seeing that happen. There's no words. Like, I've been critical of Moises Caicedo, but Moises Caicedo, I know all of us here are watching the thing together. That guy is a ghost. Did you see anything that he did today? With all due respect to him, Andre Santos, what did he do today? With all due respect, nothing. All these guys did nothing. Okay, it's just, for me, it was a shit performance. Everything of the sort, bro. Absolutely fucking dog shit, And the thing is, it's easy for me to be mad right now. But you know what they told you? They don't give a fuck about the Carabao Cup. You know what I mean? They're putting all their stocks into just UCL football. And the problem with all of that is, okay, it's all well and good saying for putting stock into UCL football. Yeah, but what happens when we start facing big teams again? Because, we're in February now, right now. By mid to end February, we're going to start facing big boys. We're going to start facing real hard competition. Top teams are coming.
When we're playing like shit against these teams like West Ham and whatnot, and Napoli, who are 26th or whatever they fucking were in the league, the Champions League, and we're playing like shit against them, and we're playing like shit against Brentford, and the fact that they didn't score in that game, I still can't explain it. But we're winning because it's these teams. When we're facing the Arsenals and we're facing the Manchester Uniteds and we're facing the Manchester Cities and we still play as shit as we have been in other games, we get killed. Why? Because they have more quality. This manager's a coward. This manager is a coward. Because you know what the funny thing is, bro, I said this before the game. I didn't understand the setup, but there's a way you can make the setup work with who played on the pitch. Like, you don't have to change anyone. You can have the same setup and play it differently. Someone fucking explain to me, why the fuck is the lap right wing?
We had two wingers. We didn't have two wingers, sorry. We had two players on the wing, Enzo Fernandez and the lap, and we had three wingers on the bench.
Forget that. No, Chris. Forget that. Forget that for a second.
Okay.
You could have compiled a team that was like a 5-3-2 that made sense. Made sense in terms of you attack high with the wing backs, you go a three-man midfielder with one slightly advanced, and you go a two up top system.
Yeah. Can I just say quickly? Sorry.
A midfielder three, and
instead of doing that, my man decided to go a midfield pivot that basically never touched the ball. We didn't use the midfield today, outside of one of them dropping into centre backs, pick the ball up. There was a moment in that first half where I asked on you guys remember this? I asked on the fucking watch along that we were doing on Discord, where's Caicedo? Because I couldn't see him in midfield. I saw two light skinned dude that went, That's not Caicedo. He was at centre back, picking the ball up while Gusto inverted into midfield and Delap held the width. Fucking explain that to me, someone. I beg.
Can I ask a question generally? Can I ask a question? Why is Gusto still inverting, bro? It's in big fucking 2026. We know he can't do the fucking job, and he's still inverting.
Well,
Can someone ask me this question? Can someone ask me the question?
The answer is one. You said last night, right? This is the club that Liam inherited, right? He's building off of what Maresca. This is what Liam does. He also inverts. We have the same manager, just less experience.
I'll say he had a left back. He had a left back playing central midfield at Strasbourg, bro.
And not even that. Gusto himself came out and said, yes, this manager, he lets me decide whether he gives me the freedom to decide if I can invert or stay as a right back or go into the midfield or go into the 10. He was shocking
today as well, by the way.
Gusto has the freedom.
Okay. Well, defensively he was okay. And when I say he was okay, he blocked one shot because Martinelli is shit.
Yes.
He stinks. Yes. He reeks of piss. I'm sorry, the Gusto experiment is dead. He needs to leave. Fuck off. I'd rather play Josh Atkinson. He did more in 2 minutes than Gusto did the entire game today. So that's number one. I need to focus on this because the Delap right wing thing is frying my head, bro. It's one of many things frying my head right now. Because as far as I could tell, the plan with Gusto right wing was to hit it long for him to win the duels against Nkapie, which he didn't win a single duel, by the way, just on a side note, against a 5'10" centre back playing left back. Anyway, so that was the plan. The problem is when he did win the ball, not on the duel, but when he just happened to receive the ball on the right-hand side, his only fucking option, because he can't dribble, was to cross the ball to no one because our striker wasn't a striker. He was a weird false nine, despite the fact he had no one to link up play with because the two dudes closest to him were wingers. Enzo Fernandez is not a fucking winger. He's not an attacker, bro. It's like, he's not an attacker.
Can I just make this point real quickly, Scotty? Yeah, I actually hate Rosinha. If I see a Rosinha interview again, I might break the TV or conspiracy right now. No. Yeah, I backed him.
Manager, didn't you say
that? Yes, he is my manager. So is Maresca. Maresca was the manager before that. Either way, whoever's the manager is my manager. Right? Yes, and I'll keep it real. Towards the end, I did because he was starting to get annoying. I didn't like the way he was talking. If he was talking, if Rosinha talks like that. Do you know what I mean, Marshall? But listen, the reason why I'm saying that is because he just said Wolves is a hard away day. Are we being serious, bro? Yes, he said that right now, bro. I mean, he's not serious, bro. He's not serious, bro.
He actually might be the second coming of Potter. Like, I know we took the piss, but bro, some of his bullshit quotes, bro. Some of his quotes are fucking bullshit. Yeah. And again, I go back to it. What vexes me most, what is frying my head the most, is I didn't think we'd win this game, right? I didn't think we'd keep a clean sheet. Like, the fact we kept it to 97 minutes and only conceded on a counter-attack is kind of nuts. That's more on Arsenal's shit left winger than it is on us, by the way. Like, if they have a competent left winger ahead instead of Martinelli, they're 2-0 up in that first half because he had 2 chances to score and fucked them both up. What's frying my head the most is I can accept going to Arsenal and like losing in terms of maybe it's 2-2, but you can't quite find that goal, or maybe it's 3-2 and you lose on penalties, right? I'm vexed with the way we set up. That fucking pisses me off. Don't go to Arsenal when you're 1-0 down and play like that, and then lose like we did. That's disgraceful. That vexes me more than anything. The way we lost today is pathetic.
What's baffling to me is we did a heavy rotation before the Arsenal game, and it seemed like we're doing it because the Arsenal game was the important game. But
to
after
prepare for the game,
said, the Wolves is the important game. So do we heavy rotate for like Wolves, or is just all BS like basically from the start? I don't even know what's going on with like the substitutions, the rotations. Neto can't make it. Reece James can't make it. I don't
even care about the rotation.
Reece James failed a medical test because he played 20 or 50 minutes against West Ham. Yeah. Are you fucking
okay? The problem for me with the Reece James talk is that Reece James he's been 1 year injury free, but they have been managing him and he has been playing consistent for us. Now, yes. I understand the idea that obviously him being rested for Wolves is an absolute disgusting and stupid idea, which I 100% agree with you with, right? But for me, the context matters. If it's a context of if he plays this game, there's a real chance of him getting injured. Okay, I can hear him being benched. But if it's just because of the fact that Wolves is a hard away day, then you need to kill them. With all due respect.
In the video,
you need to kill them.
Scott, before you go, Scott, here's the problem I have with that. The whole point of resting and rotating these injury-prone players is so that they can be ready for these big games, especially Reece James. If you did all this rotating and resting and taking care of Reece, and he can't be ready for this important game, which obviously we know for the fans it's important, for the owners they don't give a fuck. We already know that. But this is an important game, and he wasn't ready for it. So now, who is the one in the medical team that takes accountability for the fact that Reece wasn't ready for this game?
I want names.
I want names, and I want them gone.
Also, Marshall, like the thing with Reece James is we don't even know because there's been two conflicting reports. There's one report that says he failed a fitness test before the game, which was Sky,
Neto.
And then it was also then reported by someone else I can't remember.
Simon Johnson of the Athletic.
I was going to say, it was Simon Johnson reported it wasn't injury, he was just rested. So I need to know which is true, because if it's rest, it's even worse. Because the issue I have with the whole Reece James thing, and I know some people will talk about...
What do you want, Safi? What do you fucking want, Safi? Say what you fucking want!
He's so mad. The issue I have with everyone putting the blame on the medical...
He's so angry.
The thing I have issue with the medical team stuff and like putting so much blame on the medical team, I'm not saying they don't have involvement, but if they've got this much involvement, someone needs to explain to me how Cole Palmer played 90 minutes against West Ham, and then played another 30 again today after just coming back from an injury. If someone's telling me the medical team is all about load management, Enzo Fernandez, as of next week, is going to hit 3,000 minutes in all comps this season. But he plays 90 minutes every game. So don't give me this bullshit about load management, because it applies to some players and doesn't apply to others. For Fana today, did he not come off the bench against West Ham?
He did.
Yes, because he got assist.
Cool, and then played 90 again today. So don't
halftime.
give me this bullshit. And he probably might play some minutes against Wolves. So don't give me this bullshit about like, medical team this, medical team that, fucking load management. It doesn't make sense, bro. Because how are you resting this player? Kukurea had rest, 1 game rest, and then came back straight back into the lineup and played 90 minutes.
Can we get to 50 likes, chat? We're pretty close. So,
but how are you telling me the guy that came off in midfield, by the way, today, Santos? I'm not even saying he was good. He was okay, but like I said earlier, outside of Enzo Fernandez, Enzo Fernandez when he went back into midfield, I don't really blame the midfield for anything today, because we didn't play through the midfield and Enzo Fernandez played left wing. How can I blame him for playing? Before you go,
just real quick, just to read this super chat. Thank you, Lurafix, for the 65. I need to figure out what currency that is. Desas.
It's kroner, I think. I think it's Swedish kroner or something.
You think it means dead ass?
Deadass.
Yeah,
okay.
deadass.
Deadass owners deciding our captain can't play a game for a final. Get these clowns ownership out right now. Worst mentality I've seen from a regime. Full FB. I don't know. I don't know.
But that's the thing, Scott. Like,
I might be fucked.
I can't really blame defense really that much, say, or even the midfield. The only people I can blame is like the medical team. Liam Rossigna.
No, Rossigna gets all my blame today, bro.
I don't listen. I'll be real. I'll be real. I'm sorry about this. Can I just make this comment, please? Yeah, 3 comments. Okay. Firstly, yeah, Michael Griggs. Yeah, fuck Gusto. Fuck Delap. Fuck both of them. Send Gusto back to France on the Euro automatically, bro, and send the other one to switch. Wallahi, man, I'm tired, bro. You can't give me that performance, bro. Not the right way. I wish I had Wi-Fi today, bro. I wish I had Wi-Fi earlier, man. I can't lie to you.
Oh yeah, because you're on your phone.
Bro, the moment I can't lie to you, the moment, and I commented us on the watch lot or when we were in Discord, bro. The moment I saw
he might be drunk.
Rare making runs at midfielders into the attack, like they were the ones making runs.
I'm not fucking drunk. I'm fully sober, Chris.
No.
He wishes he was drunk.
Bro, I wanted to throw myself.
You was
I wanted to
very
throw myself out my
earlier,
window
and,
seeing this.
now,
Bro.
Hey.
you crashed out.
Yeah, going, as I
Landon
say,
Marshall.
quickly before we move off the point I was making, go back to the midfield thing. Like,
Too much
we
shit.
keep talking about load management, but why the fuck is it Santos coming? If load management is a thing, why is Santos, who's played the least minutes in midfield this season of all three midfielders we currently have fit, coming off over Enzo? If load management is a thing,
You know what? You know what, it's Scott. I truly believe now, and I've been thinking about this for a while. Enzo's got something in his contract where he generally has to play. Like, I have to play a certain amount of minutes per game because low-key, it don't make sense how he plays every single minute, bro. Like this. It's genuinely crazy. It's actually crazy, bro.
Warrior J, I swear to God.
You know what the mad thing is though? Because like, what's nuts about what I just said as well is, I'm not even saying that we had a lot of control in midfield, but it was a good battle. The moment Santos went off, we lost all control in midfield. We literally lost all control in midfield in terms of the battling, in terms of like making it a battle in midfield of like having that thing. Like, bro, we're so shit, man, and I'm tired. I'm tired of watching these players play football. Like, as much as I'll crash it on the manager, and he's at blame for me today, Liam Delap, fuck off, bro. He's the worst striker we've ever had at this football club, bar none. Like, bar none. Gusto reeks of piss. Like I said, the experiment is finito, dead, finished. Like, sell him,
But,
please.
This is the problem I have, right? I Scott, I agree with you, but at least I know I hate bringing it back to the previous manager, but like I have to compare form. At least under Maresca, there was a tolerable gusto there, and let's bring this to the surface because we talked about it. We talked about it briefly in the last review. But I think we need to full-heartedly get it through to chat to realize, you guys need to realize something that's happening. And everyone else watching this, Moises Caicedo has been nowhere near a 7 since Maresca's left. Moises Caicedo has not been the same Moises Caicedo since Maresca left.
He was having a couple bad performances. He was having a couple bad performances before Maresca left, but like, it was a couple performances.
One good, one shit. One good, like
since Rossini's come in, he's been like mostly crap. And like today, again, I go back to the setup. The way Caicedo is used today is a fucking disgrace. Is an absolute fucking disgrace. Caicedo's best attributes we've already seen is his ability to cover ground in this team, his tackling, and just his his combativeness, right? Is like some of his top attributes. He's decent. He's a decent
not
passer.
even defending Maresca. I'm just pointing out the facts, people.
He's a decent passer, right? The one thing he cannot do, and we've had this conversation about 1 million times on about 1 million different channels and 1 million different streams, his weakest attribute is the first phase of play. So what does Rossini decide to do with him today? He decides to drop him between the centre backs to become another centre back, so you can push Fafana out the right back for some reason, so Gusto pushes further up, to have him build the game up from the defence, which we know is his weakest attribute. What you don't do is get the guy next to him who can actually do that to do it. You decide to get Caicedo to do it. I'm fucking tired, man.
The thing that makes this worse, by the way, the thing that makes it worse with Rossini has no excuses, bro. He knows, I cannot do this, I cannot do that.
Okay,
like
that's where you're wrong. Unfortunately, I think you're gonna be wrong because hear me out. I was gonna ask you guys this. I would have much rather have failed this season with Maresca, failed and not won the Carabao Cup, not won the FA Cup, not done anything in UCL, and not make top 5. I'd much rather have done that with Maresca so that in the summer, Rose Senior has a preseason, he can train with the players, instill whatever type of, football he wants to instill. When you don't have that, this is what you get, where he's experimenting in the Carabao Cup, playing this 2-striker, right-wing, the lap formation and all this bullshit. So now, at the end of the season, when we still have Rossini, Ahmed, he can go up to the directors and be like, oh, well, what'd you expect? You brought me in mid-season to recover a crisis, to try to save the season. I've had no preseason, no nothing. He has excuses. It's like Amarim last season. He has excuses.
I disagree. There's no excuse though. The reason why we set him up
Us as
was not
fans, we
even.
agree. There's no excuse, but he has an excuse he can say to the
But
board.
from a fan,
I
from
don't
but
think it's the
from
same, though.
I don't think it's the same either because I think the difference, the reason why Moresi got sacked wasn't just about results, bro. His whole thing was
No, I
the
understand.
behind the scene, right?
He
So it was
couldn't.
never,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, right. So it's never really about the players. The reason why he got sacked fundamentally, all right? So for me, Rossini does not have that excuse. Rossini, in my personal opinion, yeah, again, he has seen the way that we have played previously. He knows what works. He knows what doesn't work, right? There was easily fixable tweaks that could have been made to make us at least 5-10% better. Yeah, and he has chosen not to do that, bro.
By
And
the
my
way,
thing is-
big up
my
Naval
thing is as
Nation
well-
for the £2 super chat. Do you actually believe he picked that lineup? I don't, and I agree. I think that
Yeah,
was
again,
a
No,
heavily
but it's-
medical staff pick.
I think
team.
outside of the Reece thing, yes, because the part of the thing I was about to say is the thing I'm noticing with Rossini, and this is the main thing that's also pissing me off with him. He thinks he's Claudio Ranieri. He tinkers way too fucking much. Like 2 games ago, we just played a match where we went one centre back. We went with a 1 centre back setup, and 2 games later, he decides to go to a back 5. The only time we have played a back 5 under Rossini so far this season was for maybe like 15 minutes. What was the game where Gittins came on and played right wing back, and he put Hato in midfield?
He's got more experience, EPL turf, to answer your question.
What was that game? Whatever that game was, where he put Hato in midfield and he put Gittins at right wing back. That's the only other time under a senior so far we played 5 at the back. Why the fuck in this game did you decide to just go 5 at the back out of nowhere? And why did you decide to use it like he did? Because also, on a side note, when we have played 5 at the back, like the few times we played it either under Maresca or that one time we played it under a senior, we did not play it the way we just played it today. So my thing is, and this is where for me as well, if you're going to try and like win stuff, because ultimately I don't really care if we win stuff because it didn't really make a difference of this season, and I thought it did paper over the cracks a little bit, but a trophy is a trophy at the end of the day. You look at what Ten Hag did when he went into Man United. He might have failed in the long term, but he won an FA Cup by going into United, and instead of trying to imprint his style on the team immediately, he went, fuck this, I'm going to just go long ball and counter-attack. Because that's what the team that he had was set up to do from the previous manager. Why the fuck has Liam come in? He has 1 training session a week because we're playing every 3 or 4 days, and my man is trying to experiment in multiple games. Bro, that's what fucking pre-season's for. Or that's what you do when you've got an international break coming up, or you've got a week's break to try that. Why are you doing that when we're playing 3 or 4 days?
That's facts. Facts, man.
Here's the thing.
And this is where the inexperienced thing did. EPL turf, facts. Look at what Carrick has done. Carrick has just gone in and gone,
It's true.
fuck all this like stupid shit. Like at Middlesbrough, by the way, he was playing.
Yeah.
I'll say Carrick at Middlesbrough was playing a back 3. He's gone into Man United, and instead of trying to do the back 3 thing because it was working with Amorim or whatever, he's just gone, I'm going to go back to basics. We're going to go back 4, and we're just going to go real simple, players in the right position, and just, that's it. We're not going to go, Cunha left wing, or we're not going to go Bruno in the pivot, or we're not going to go maybe, I don't know, Lisandro Martinez at left back, or whatever, right? He's gone, no, we'll just go 2 proper wingers. We'll go Bruno in the 10. We'll go a double pivot of Mino and Casemiro, and then we'll go Mbeumo up front, because obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Can I give an example here? Yeah, I'm going to use Celtic Football Club as an example here. Yeah. What's his name? Yeah, the guy that just had, I forget his name. Yeah, so Wilfred Nancy had a style of play that he played, yeah? He tried to forcefully imprint it onto the team, yeah? And the team went on to fail on a consistent basis, bro. The only difference between us and Celtic right now, genuinely speaking, yeah, is that we have had João Pedro for some reason have moments of brilliance, yeah, in back-to-back games, okay? And Cucurella stepping up and Enzo Fernandez stepping up, right? That is the genuine difference between us and Celtic Football Club, bro, right now, yeah, under Wilfred Nancy. Okay, if he can, bro, and if you continue to keep doing this tinkering, yeah, then you're gonna fuck yourself. I've said this before. A lot of the players at this football club, guys, they cannot compute a lot of the stuff. They can't do a lot of work at the same time mentally. Okay, that's no disrespect for them. Not everyone can do that. Okay, some people can do a lot of stuff at the same time in their brain. For some people, bro, they just need simple orders: do X, do Y.
King Nassar, I just want to point out, I don't think any of us here are Rossini out per se, but
I was after game one.
We
I don't
are
care. I'm with you. I
now
don't give a
seeing
shit.
what the rest of the season is going to look like. Until he is, because that's the thing. Like everyone, you guys were just talking about all this formation changes and stuff. He did the same exact thing at Strasbourg, and his reasoning for it was that he wants his players to be adaptable so that he can change information based on any given circumstance, and they can just pick up on it. Which I think that's admirable. That's great. But not in the middle of a season when you need to get results. Look at Carrick, like exactly, like you keep calling it out, right? I don't think Carrick is like a top tier manager. Staffy will tell you I laughed at the appointment, but the one thing he did is at least let's stick to the basics. Let's just put players in the positions they're supposed to be in and hope for a result there.
Marshall, bring up Marty Silva's comment, please. I want you to bring it up right now, please.
This one.
What the fuck? We had no wingers. Tell me what was going to happen if you put on Pedro Neto and Garnacho or Pedro Neto and Gittins. Please explain to me what the fuck was going to happen. I want people to ask me that question.
I'm gonna say what's the-
No, Marshall, you need to understand the point I'm trying to bring on. I know he's injured, but the point I'm trying to make is if you had Gittins and Garnacho...
Oh, even if we had our wingers, nothing was going to happen. Yeah,
Come on, man. Let's keep it real, lads.
I'm gonna say the same thing.
But like it would have been better than like a Delapin wing.
This is why I'm not talking about the lineup in terms of reason not playing is the reason we lost. We could have played the same lineup and you just play players in like you just do this formation differently. Like again, I'll ask the question I asked earlier. Can someone please find it in your head to explain why in the fuck we saw Gusto inverting and underlapping and the fucking Delap holding the width? If someone can find a way to explain that to me, fair play.
Did the manager get
That's using the players on the pitch.
Like
we're criticizing the game. It's on the manager today.
Bro, I don't give a shit about
we're not going to be.
I
Yeah,
need people
we
to
don't
understand.
care.
I don't give a fuck about Rosinha. Whether he stays, goes, whether he's good or bad, I don't give a fuck. I know this club is finished anyway, so who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Can I keep it real? Okay, I think the brother's name was Oggy. Can I ask you a question, Oggy? Let's keep it real, my brother, yeah? Does it even fucking matter if it's Rosinha here, if it's WXYZ here, if it's my mom here, if it's my dad here, if it's my uncle here, okay? The situation still remains the same. Nothing changing, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, recruitment is still horrible, bro. It doesn't. Yeah, we can criticize the manager because the reality is the manager we brought in is not adept enough right now to handle the stuff. The reality, I think the thing that's escaping us right now is that we're facing weaker sides, guys. Okay, when we get to the end of February, the hard yards are coming. You know what I mean? When you are getting towards the 100-meter yard, 60 to 100 meter distance remaining. The hard yards are coming. The last 10 games of the season, it's actually worse than the one we had before. We have got to face real competition, real teams. When that happens, what we get ready?
Okay, hold on. Okay. I understand. We don't need to go over the top because in the grand scheme of things, us as Chelsea fans and where we come from, Carabao Cup doesn't mean shit. But I'm not going to sit here and be shameless like Chelsea fans on Twitter and be like, oh, I didn't want to go to Wembley anyways. Bro, it's against Arsenal. It's our fiercest rivals. These are the guys that keep talking shit on our name. And whenever they get asked who is the greatest club in London, they keep putting themselves in the picture as if they've done anything in Europe to even deserve that. As if they're Club World Cup champions. As if they won everything. So to lose it to your rivals or to lose it to, I mean, let's just say like you're still, it's like being best friends with the guy that fucked your girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not for that. I'm not in that cuck energy, bro. So like at the end of the day, it's a bad result. I mean, Rosinha went in there with a game plan that, sure, if your game plan was to go 0-0 until halftime and then bring on the subs, sure, it worked up until halftime, but the subs didn't do anything. So at the end of the day, people are saying, oh, if it worked, you would have called him a genius. Okay, well, if it worked, it didn't work. So now we're criticizing the fact that it didn't work. Someone bring in a manager that can make a plan that does work. We're losing this tie. We need to go in and win. We had nothing to lose. Whether we lose today, drew today, we still wouldn't have advanced. We needed to put everything out there. And I think most of us Chelsea fans would have been happy if at least the team put up a fight and lost that way. Versus what we did today, which, guys, could you literally sit here and tell me that Arsenal were clearly the better team?
We created
No,
big
bro.
chances today.
Outside of
No,
the
they
two
were there for the
chances,
taking.
yeah, outside of the two chances Martinelli had, they were not good. Like,
Can I just say something?
Yokeres was shit.
Pick up this one
Adueke
like
was
that.
shit.
Scott, we've got a bigger problem, Scott. Yeah, we've generally got a bigger problem here, yeah, which is that everyone say it's Arsenal. You know, we're gonna we're gonna have more trophies in 6 years' time.
We're Chelsea.
I don't care.
I don't
Bro,
care.
wait, Marshall. I don't care
Oh,
about
this ain't
6 years
Chelsea.
now, bro. Okay, we're doing Blueco gimmick now. People are actually doing the Blueco gimmick of in 6 years' time we're gonna be good again. That's not what we're doing here, bro. At the end of the day, rivalries are in the moment. They are here. They are now. Okay, it doesn't matter. This is bro. We can criticize the Carabao Cup, but Carabao Cup is one of the 4 big trophies that we can win this season, and we have dropped out of it, bro, in a critical time. Let's keep it real. But I don't.
This is our best chance of winning something like that. Even though I don't, really care about the Carabao Cup in a sense, and like I think winning stuff this season, if it's not a major, I mean, just papers over the cracks of what is a dog shit season.
Daniel, we lost anyways. What does it matter if we lost 3-0? Show me
something.
something.
Anyway, bro. Again, this cuck energy of but we would have lost 3-0. We lost anyway. And even if they didn't score, we'd have gone out anyway, bro. What's this cuck energy?
Is this what the youth has come to these days? This is what the youth has come to. Like, they don't have belief, they don't have source, they don't want to actually work the hard yards to come back into the game. What's happened? What's happened to the Mandem, bro?
We didn't win when Maresca was here, but with 10 men, look at the game that we gave Arsenal with 10 men versus the 2 legs that we had just now. You can't sit here and tell me that these players couldn't do that. You can't sit here and tell me that we don't have the players to repeat that kind of performance.
By the way, that's what pisses me off the most, in fact. Because because a lot of these people, by the way, they won't admit part of what I'm about to say. We've already shown this season as a team that we can go toe-to-toe with Arsenal.
Yes!
In terms of players. We have already shown that this season that we can go toe-to-toe with them. The only difference, outside of Reece James not playing, which I don't think Reece James alone makes a difference in this game, the only difference between us going toe-to-toe with them in this game is the manager. So unless you guys rate the manager that highly, which I know most of you don't, because the same guy's telling us that we just need to relax and it's calm and we shouldn't open up, didn't like the manager previously, what the fuck's the difference? If we
I used to criticize the...
Thank you, Blue Vibe. Thank you. Look at what United did. People keep saying like, oh, but if you lost, you don't know because we didn't see any attacking football. So how do you know we would have lost?
Marshall,
are you afraid of this Arsenal attack? Because I ain't fucking afraid of this Arsenal attack. Wait, before you go. One good thing I gotta give Rosinha. One good thing you did. Thank you for actually putting attackers at the halfway line so Sanchez had space to claim the crosses. You nullified the set pieces. But then what the fuck did you do after that? Nothing. So yes, I much would have rather lost 3-0 attacking than whatever the fuck we did because their attack doesn't scare me.
Okay. What I'm going to say next is going to be very... What I'm about to say right now is, listen, I'm going to hold myself accountable. You know, that's what we do here on Casually FC, on the Bridge Next. I was cooking Maresca on a consistent basis about not being attacking enough going forward, not trying to produce the attacking threat. You guys all know this, right? I've been very critical of the previous manager and that, right? In this game, Rosinha was worse than Maresca in that instance, bro. Let's keep it real. There was no attacking threat. Even when Stavao came on, even when Palmer came on, bro, there was nothing there, bro. Garnacho came on. What did he do, bro? What, bro? I probably could do the same thing that Garnacho did in that game, bro. Nothing. Yep. The problem for me is that, guys, it's all well and good, bro. It's not. Listen. It's all well and good, guys. That we can say this is early Arsenal. All right, bro, guys. But I think people are not realizing. You know, after the next 3 to 4 games, we are going to be facing these teams again, guys, in the Premier League.
Bro, that Man United game scares the shit out of me.
Again, people forget this, but we are about to go on a run where we face all of these guys very soon.
Oh, bro.
Very soon, these games are coming.
Move to us, bro.
Wait, when do we play Man United?
I can't remember. It's on a run to end the season. They're going to move to us.
Yes, it's an on to end of the season.
The way we set up as well, like with rotation or lineups or whatever, I'm not looking for Man United game. We didn't beat them.
Yeah, 18th of April is we face City, and then them.
At least we're getting results in small games, eh? That's the positive.
This is so true.
Listen, Marshall, I need to understand, yeah? Our run starts, Marshall, on the 1st of March, okay? So that is in probably basically in 3 weeks, because February is like a short month, yeah? So in
our attack is better.
After the end of this week,
right, legit, yeah. So essentially, guys, yeah, in 3 weeks' time, our first big opponent is Arsenal Football Club. All right, and then after that, we go to Aston Villa, etc., etc., etc. Okay, are we ready when that shit happens?
No.
If bro, and again, listen, I am back in Rocinha. I know I can sometimes be very shameless at times, yeah. But when I have to look at the West Ham game, when I look at all these other games, bro, yeah, I can basically analyze the game and be like, we are not doing stuff via attacking play, attacking patterns. We are doing a lot of the stuff we do via individual brilliance. But I'm gonna keep it real, guys. I don't think we have enough individual brilliance in this squad, in this team, to carry us through this process, bro. I can tell you right now.
I think today is a perfect example of that, actually, because our most informed player in the last 2 games is João Pedro, and do you know what? I'm gonna this is the one positive you can come out of it. Like, fair play to João Pedro today. Like, bro actually had a good game. He did the best he could. Bits. Yeah. His hold up play. He was trying to link up with guys, especially Palmer when he went in the 10. I saw Palmer in the 10 again today. Like, it fucking worked great. Didn't even play him right wing. I think João Pedro was really good today. Like, he was handling the 2 centre backs really well. He just had no one to work with because of the setup. Because of the guys we had around him. You had the midfield weren't interacting with him because they were basically told to just be statues in the midfield. The forward 2 were again embarrassing because Enzo's just playing left wing. He's not a winger. He can't move around the pitch. Delap's holding the width on right wing for some reason. He was actually doing bits, man, like João Pedro, and I feel bad for him. And this is what's annoying, because we had a guy in attack who was trying to do something for the team and was actually trying to make things work. And instead of helping him, bro, we killed him. We killed any opportunity he had to do anything because we gave him no one to work with.
Just to answer a question that was asked before, if I back our attack or Arsenal's, I back our attack. Arsenal's 3rd best goal scorer is fucking own goals. João Pedro alone is better than that attacking line of Arsenal. Okay? I'm not hearing this about, we have Esteval, we have Palmer, we have Enzo, we have people that scoring goals. Enzo right now is the highest scoring goal midfielder in the league. So yes, I back our attack more than Arsenal.
I'm going to make another point I said earlier, right? You can say, oh, but we kept, we went there. If we opened up, it would have been 3-0 or whatever. If it wasn't for the fact they had Martinelli playing left wing, they would have been 2-0 up in that first half.
Yeah.
He had one chance. The one that Gusto blocks, he should score that. He fucks that up. That's not on Gusto. Gusto made the block, but that's on Martinelli fucking up. There was another one as well in the first half. I can't remember which one it was. It was before that. If they have a competent left winger, if they have a Morgan Rogers or something like that, they're 2-0 up. Then what? Then we're already down anyway.
Yes.
So who gives a shit if you didn't go for it? We should have conceded 2 anyway, and it was just because they have dog shit attackers.
Remember what I said earlier in the season, right? When I was criticizing Maresca about, if your defense is your weakest standpoint, why the fuck are you leaning into it? Right?
Yep.
Lean into the attack. And that's one thing that I was kind of praising Bro Senior since he's come in. It seems like he's leaning more into the attack, brother. And it's again, I don't want to believe that this is the case, but you're making yourself look like this is the case. Did you just come into Chelsea blindly, not knowing any of these players, not doing any of your research? Because why are you doing the same thing I criticized Enzo for in this game? Why are you leaning into the defense to win you games when we know this defense isn't good enough? I know the attack isn't great, but people, our attack is at least good enough to get a goal against Arsenal. They've done it before. Our attack is good enough to get 2 goals against Arsenal. They did it in the last leg. So there's something there. It's just the way we set up.
I'm about to say something nuts, right? Considering it's me.
Yeah.
And I know he did nothing when he came on. And this is not me trying to praise him or anything, because people know how I feel about this player. But if you set up the way you set up in terms of you were going long to lap to try and win headers to kind of hit on the counter, Why didn't you then use Garnacho, considering that's how he scored in the last 2 games? I know he sucks, right? And people know I think he sucks. He's the worst winger we've ever had at the club. But I'm saying, if you want to set up in a certain way, which is hit long balls into the channels, especially to Delap to try and win headers, why the fuck are you then playing a central midfielder who looks like he runs through glue every time he runs at left wing? So you've killed any opportunity that left-hand side has to actually make anything in attack. Because also with Cucurella, like, he was getting up and down a lot, but you can tell it was tiring him out. And you could also tell he wasn't fully committing to going all the way up. So I'm saying, even though I think Garnacho sucks, if you have a mindset or you have a tactic in mind, fucking commit to it. Like, if you want to go this defensive 5 at the back, hoof the ball into the channels, commit to it and play the players that make sense for it. If they suck, they suck. I know they suck. Like, this is why I say, if you'd have gone for it and we'd have just drawn 2-2 or lost 2-1 because, Delap sucks or Garnacho sucks, I know they suck. I know they suck. I'm not going to blame you for them sucking. I know they suck. And I know you had no one else. But I put blame on you for putting the guys that suck in a position where they sucked even more than they normally suck. Like the Delap right wing thing, I'm never forgetting that for as long as I live. That's never acceptable again.
Listen, I'm all for putting it on
Blue Coat, man.
But we've talked about this to the nth degree.
Actually, there's a point about this I need to reiterate. I know I made it on. Oh, sorry to interrupt, Marshall. I know I made it on the Discord. Joe Shields is the single biggest cancer this club has ever seen. He is systematically destroying our club from top to bottom. He is destroying our club 100%. From top to bottom. The work he is doing, or I say the work, the whatever opposite of work is he's doing in the academy is destroying us.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's facts, by the way.
Yeah. The thing with me is that, like, again, if you had gone full on attack and we lost anyways, at least we could put the onus on the players. Because I know if we had gone full on attack, look at Arsenal. Arsenal did not go for the win. It's so clear to see. They were okay with coming out of this game with a draw. They were totally okay with coming out of this game with a draw. If we had gone pedal to the metal, full on attack, created more chances, actually tried to score or go there with a strong lineup, then I would have believed, I would have put this game more on the players and would have shown this is the quality that you have. If we had better quality, Rosenior's plan would have worked. We would have been able to finish this game off and been better. Then we can pinpoint the center back situation, how it's so bad, how it's so shit, the recruitment. I can't do it for this game. Why? Because Rosenior set up in a way that put us in a situation where we're not going to win. We're not going to win.
I thought, yeah, I'm just bro. I was gonna say this here because, like, you know, I'm just gonna say so. People are saying, why are we crashing out? You know what I mean, and stuff like that. And for me, the reason why I'm crashing out is more so the fact that there was an Arsenal team that was there to be had, and the manager himself, you know, he did not make the right adjustments, that he needed to when he saw his tactics initially weren't working, and he could just take advantage of the kind of tactics that Arsenal was playing to make that happen. That is what I'm being critical about. I don't care about the future. I already know what the future of the football club already looks like. I don't need to repeat the same talking points about, you know, Bluco, you know, the ownership. We all know what that shit is about. But I can analyze this game in hindsight, right, and be critical of what's happened.
You can come away from home and press and go 2-0 down. I bought Cole and Esteval on 60 minutes and the game opened up. That was a feeling in the stadium that the tide could turn, but it didn't happen. Ultimately, their goal comes from when we were throwing the kitchen sink at the end of the game. Brother, you had nothing to lose. You could have thrown a kitchen sink sooner. And if people keep saying Poch ball, Poch this, Poch, and we bitched. Bro, when Poch was here, there was no system. There was no tactics. There was no instructions. It was just moments of brilliance. I know that when this manager wants to coach attacking football, he can do it in a structured and organized way that the players understand. He just chose not to do it today.
Yep.
That's the difference.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm
whoa. I'm sorry, Scott. Yeah, can you bring up Lola's comment, please? Can you bring up Lola's comment? Marshall, can I ask you a question? In the last game against West Ham, who did I criticize, Marshall, on this stream? On this stream, did I criticize anyone in the game against West Ham?
I don't think. I think you criticized the defenders, right?
No. I'm talking about.
Remind me.
No. The reason why I'm saying that, is that I wasn't critical of the manager. I wasn't critical of the guys that came on and made a difference. I only made sure to be critical of the guys that didn't do their job. Right? On this channel, none of us here pick on players because we want to pick on players, bro. Okay? We may have our funny agendas every now and then, but we always honestly analyze the game as it is. Alright? So I feel like that's very disrespectful, not just only to myself, but to the panel here, because everyone here, bro, is always tries to be objective whenever we have a discussion here, bro. Yes, bro. I feel like that's very disrespectful to all of us, bro. I'll keep it real.
And the reason I'm crashing out, by the way, and the reason I'm crashing out is because of the way we lost. I ultimately don't care that we lost to Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. I thought we'd lose anyway. I even said that multiple times. In fact, I thought we were.
Think we would win, yeah.
No, in fact, Pete was nearly right. Like he said a 0-0 in the preview. I thought we'd concede at least 2 goals and it would be like 2-1 or something. I'm pissed because the way we set up and went out in that game. That's what I'm pissed at. I'm pissed at the cowardice. That's what vexes me. I hate playing football like that. I hate going out.
I agree. I agree.
Winning.
I 100% agree.
It would be one thing like if they went full on attack that first 15, 20 minutes, ended up getting a goal and just try to listen, I criticize Maresca for doing it. When Maresca would go one goal ahead and then defend. Yeah. Bro, I would have respected Rosinha for doing that this game more than what I saw.
The thing is, Marshall, that way that he does stuff, when Maresca is doing stuff, like it was 1-0 and holding, you can, that's a very old school Italian method, you know. If you go to Serie A right now, I can watch my boy Allegri do that, bro. He does that for bread and butter, bro. You know, even Conte, all these top Italian managers do that, bro. That's the way of doing stuff, and I can respect it because at the end of the day, it will get you the 3 points and you move on. The one thing is, there is a crime that Rossini committed, that is genuinely, it's worse than the Chilwell left wing. It's because at the very least, Chilwell, left wing, there was a logic behind it that made sense because it was like, Chilwell's finished as a left back, he can't really defend, but we still can think there's an attacking something. There's something that attacking wise, right, where he can cross the ball, he can shoot. Delap has shown us going forward he can't do any of that. So why do we put him right wing? When has Delap shown us he can draw past the man this season?
That was shocking.
Genuinely.
Like I couldn't.
When has Delap shown us he can create and put crosses into the box? I'm asking these questions again.
Why not? But even in that situation, right? Like, why not start with Esteval and then take him off at 60 minutes?
No, take him off again. Esteval and Palmer not starting, I understand. Like, Palmer's the only one, and it's more because like he should not have played 90 against West Ham. That was pointless. But like they don't need to start, especially because of the Esteval thing. I understand. We don't know what the situation was with him going back to Brazil, right? I don't know the situation. I'm not going to pretend I do. I don't need to know the situation. That's not. It's not any of my business, right? No. So it might have been a family member thing. It's a family member thing. Like you don't need to play him from the start. I'll be honest, after Esteval came on, he wasn't really that good anyway. But it was also a situation where it was like the whole attack was kind of fucked in terms of we're just trying to throw everything at the game and we're against Arsenal. But it's more like I said, it's the way you set up. Have Delap in the centre trying to hold off the 2 centre-backs. Have João Pedro playing in and around him and off of him like he was in the last game. Mm-hmm. Have Enzo being able to make box crashing runs, which he had no ability to in this game, especially in the first 60 minutes. The 2 chances he has, I think he blazes one over the bar and one was a good save, maybe? I can't even fucking remember. No, one was a good save. I think it was a decent save, but it was easy for Kepa. And one he just blazes over the bar. Like it just again. We don't have to change anything about this team. I think people don't seem to understand that. Outside of the Reece thing where he should have played, we don't need to change anyone else. You don't even have to start all the wingers, even though what I said earlier about Garnacho. It's just the way you set that attack up. You can set that attack up in a way that makes sense. You can have Gusto as the outlet on the left, on the right wing.
It's like...
And it's fine. Even though Gusto was shit this game, especially going forward, he's still a better outlet on that right wing than Delap.
We've seen him have better games in season than what we saw today. And that's the thing that vexes me. And like when you guys keep asking me, why? We have no experience. These players aren't good. We already know this. Okay, yeah, I do already know these players aren't good enough. But explain to me why they looked better in the first time we played Arsenal when we were down to 10 men versus now when we had 11 men for both legs. Please explain to me why they looked better then versus now. What changed? It's the same players. It's the same inexperienced lot. It's the same lot that we criticize game in and game out, that we know these directors got here and sabotaged the team as a result of getting these stupid players like Garnacho and Gittins, Delap. Like, we know these players aren't good enough, yet they put on a better performance when they had less men, when they didn't have Caicedo, who is in contention for being our player of the season this season, one of our best players this season.
Marshall,
they look better then than now. That's on the manager.
Like, me and Daniel have talked about this on Lewis's channel before. Regardless of if these players are shit, and we know most of them or a lot of them are shit, right? Or they're not good. There is a difference, right, between having a shit player and putting him in a position where he can succeed and he just fails because he's shit, versus putting a shit player in a position where he will never succeed. Like, at least if you put some of these players in a position where they could exceed, maybe, or they could do something. If they do nothing, that's fully on them. You are making it more complicated for some of these guys by putting them in positions where they will never succeed. Like, Delap was never succeeding today.
Right wing, it's not going to happen.
Delap was never succeeding. There's not a world in which Delap was ever going to succeed today as right wing. Even if he won every duel what he could have won, he was never succeeding. You've killed any chance he had of having a good game, whether he is shit or not. Enzo Fernandez at left wing. Enzo Fernandez at left wing had no chance of ever succeeding, regardless of whether he could have won. Regardless of whether he could have done anything or not, regardless of whether he had a good game or not, he was never going to succeed. Was Enzo Fernandez, right? João Pedro was never going to succeed today in terms of having an impact on the game in terms of like goals and assists, and we saw it today because even for all the good work he did, there was a limit to it because he had no one helping him. So he was always 2v1. So like,
I'm not talking about the first game, Lul. I'm talking about the Premier League game when Maresca was still a manager and we had 10 men, by the way, just to clear it up with everyone.
So that's my thing of like, even though these guys are shit and they're not good, don't make their job harder for them by putting them in positions where they can't succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
wasn't the whole point. Wasn't the whole point? Yeah, of like flipping, bringing in Rossini was that he's gonna get the best out of the guys. He knows their positions they play. He knows everything, and then he's gonna make stuff tick. Again, you know, Marshall, you've heard my thoughts on when Rossini came in. I told him Rossini has some of the easiest jobs that he needs to do. He needs to only make, I've said, 2-3 more tweaks, and I think we should be fine. That's all he had to do. Genuinely. All he had to do was make 2 or 3 tweaks here and there. We are EA in the game. The problem is he's not even done that. And I think in context of this game in particular, you know you have to come to Emirates and produce, bro. Okay? It's sometimes going forward in the first half might be what it takes. Sometimes it's better to go forward, get the goal, and then fucking hunker down. Why? We could easily have done that instead.
Mm-hmm. I just think, it's like I said earlier, I think if you're coming into this job halfway through the season when you don't really have a lot of training sessions, and I'll be honest, people can disagree, but I think some of the bones of Maresca's system was good. It's obvious there was just room for improvement and there was a need to improve and certain things weren't good, right? Those are the things you should have tweaked, right? And should have improved on. Instead of trying all this new shit and like trying to experiment and tinker and all this, that, and the other, get to a point where you've got a week's worth of training or you've got the international break and then try and imprint your system a little bit more. Instead of trying to like, because to be fair, we've seen in some of the games that we've played like shit or we've won or whatever, like kind of like the Palace game, it's been very similar to Maresca's system. There's just a lot of like, there is differences, right? Whether it was like, for example, against Charlton, we played more of a box midfield. Whether it's like some games, obviously we've played a lot quicker in terms of how like vertical we've been and whatnot. There has been a bit more of a speed to it. Whether it's playing like the 2 striker formation against West Ham, or playing like the João Pedro behind Delap. There's little tweaks he's done where like it's kind of been good, but it's just kind of adding on to Maresca's system that we've seen or like tweaking it slightly. He didn't need to go to full like batshit. The 2 times he's gone off the wall batshit crazy was Napoli first half, where we looked like shit and we could have been worse off, and this game where we looked like shit and could have been worse off. Stop experimenting. I beg.
By the way, Scott, I think there's a worry that I have. Like, again, I wasn't one of those ones that was obviously saying, listen, I wasn't one of those ones that was saying Rossini is going to be tactically revolutionary for the team or like do really well. But there is a worry for me, which is that I think the thing that he's really relying upon, and you can see it objectively, right, is that he's relying on his ability to manage the team, manage these players, have them believe in him and do everything. Much like, ironically, and I hate to use this guy as an example here, like much like Solskjaer to an extent, where he's relying on that ability, that man manager ability to really take him far before he can actually get his tactics right. And I think for me, that can only take you so far in the league, particularly in the time that is coming, where it's essentially crunch time. You have to look at it's crunch time, and then you also have to look at the quality of players, bro, that we have going forward. That is the one thing, yeah, that generally worries me, in the sense that if he just believes that the man management ability of his is going to help him take him far, then we are in serious trouble, I'll be honest with you. And he keeps tinkering like the way he does now.
Okay, there you go. You just said it right there. It's tinkering, right? Because reports are saying that, like, when Rossignol came in, the players were frustrated, and obviously, probably because Maresca was putting them in some odd positions, they weren't getting results. Like, this happens. If you bring the spirits up, then yeah, you can get these players to play well, but it's because you're tinkering and you're experimenting mid-season when you need to get results. Like, at the end of the day, yes, I understand it's the Carabao Cup. I think it's important that these players win as many trophies as possible. One, because it's still relatively a young team, right? They need to win trophies. They need to understand what it's like to win and to get it across the line. And that mentality will help us in the league next season. I do believe in that, if we even have a competent enough team to do anything in the league next season, right? But I think the other half of it is this is Chelsea, right? This is what we do. We win trophies. I just went and did that tour. I saw the trophies. Like, this is the heritage of the club. We win trophies. So I'm not laughing or pointing my nose away from a trophy. And a domestic one at that, when we haven't won one. When was the last time we Conte, right? Conte's second season was the last time we won any domestic trophy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's currently it's currently, if I'm not mistaken, guys. It's, I think right now Conte was 17. We are at 8 years now, guys. It's 8 years now. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last one. The EPL.
This is why I said what I said earlier, guys. I would have much rather failed this season with Maresca, and this is also on Maresca too, because he couldn't take it anymore. He walked away. But if in my ideal world, if I actually make an environment that's hospitable for my employees to work in, I don't disgruntle them and micromanage them to fucking shit, then I would have wanted Maresca and failed with Maresca up until the end of the season, give Liam Rossignol a preseason to do all this tinkering, all the experimenting he wants. And then we go into the season with a team that's more prepared to do it. Him doing this tinkering and changing shows me he was willing. The owners probably told him, yeah, Carabao Cup, it's okay. We don't get money out of that. Get us into, focus on getting us into Champions League. Like, this is just embarrassing, bro. This isn't Chelsea. This isn't Chelsea. It's just embarrassing. Chris, you haven't said much, man. I don't know if you're agreeing with anything we're saying or just crying. Chris isn't even there. Great. That's wonderful. Yeah.
That's what happens when you're shagging sheep, Marshall, man. When you're shagging sheep, you know it is, Marshall. When you're shagging sheep, man, you know what I mean? I don't think you got time for that, man.
Yeah, I'm not that.
You know, it's just. It's just, listen, anyone that says they want to see the team relegated is they're not, I hate it. I'm not going to say you're not a true fan, but, guys, I don't know. Your priorities are in the absolute one, in my personal opinion. Okay? People do not understand how hard it is, yeah, once your team drops to then get back into the fucking league again. Okay? And then going into the league, then staying in the league, then maintaining that, and then trying to go to the top. It takes fucking decades for some of these teams, bro, to be able to do that, yeah, at a good level. Okay? And which we're not able to.
The problem with getting rid of Blueco, and listen, I'm all for getting rid of Clear Lake, Egbali, and listen, us Chelsea fans, when the options were on the table, we wanted Todd Boehly. We got a half season of Todd Boehly without a director, as a sporting director, I should say, and then we never heard back from him. And this guy is currently running successful teams in the Dodgers and in the Lakers. I'd be willing to see what he would do for the club versus just putting us up for sale and seeing what's out there. Because some of you guys think that, Roman S type of owner is just going to walk in and take control of Chelsea. That's looking at it from a very optimistic point of view and somewhat diluted.
Todd Boehly's ambitions.
If we do get sold, there's no guarantee that we're gonna get sold to a better company. I'm sorry, and that's just the truth. If you can guarantee me that we get a better owner, like a Sheikh Mansour type, then I'm all for it.
Yeah,
but there's no guarantee.
So I've got 2 points I want to say. So first, to Ray Allen. Yeah, I know who. Shout out to Uncle Norridin. Yeah, big up to him. But the thing I've always said, yeah, is that the moment you get relegated, getting back to the top is extremely hard, just in general. So which I know Ray Allen agrees with me probably, because that's why I think he's bringing up Norridin. Secondly, with Lola, I hear your point, Lola. I don't disagree with you, but then again, I think that point therein lies another question, which is, again, we go back to Blueco, the ownership, the quality of players that we have in the squad. Are they good enough? Are they not good enough? Which I think all of us here are probably sick and tired of talking about at this point, because we all know the answers to these questions. Okay, and listen. And I think, the reality is, we know what these guys want. They just want, and we know what these guys want. These guys only want top 4, bro. They've said it again. They've made it clear. They don't even want to win this trophy, right? But it is what it is. I'm just personally, for me, you can't keep asking, the fans, to, believe in the project, do all this stupidity, if you aren't serious enough as an ownership, bro. And these guys aren't serious, bro. And even with Boehly, which is you mentioned, Marshall, I can't lie to you, man. Low key, certain stuff that's been coming out, because there's something new that came out today again about with Boehly, related to something else allegedly, right? It doesn't help your rep either, bro. That doesn't help your rep yet in trying to even, let's get you to even get the club, if that makes sense, right? So even with him, there's an issue there. If that makes sense, which is not something that which, listen, would I prefer to bring in Boehly if he's going to do what needs to be done? Of course I'd want him, but stuff like that doesn't help your cause either.
No, I get what you're saying, Chris. Now that you're back, I wanted to ask you,
how was that sheep shag, Chris? Come on, let's be honest, bro.
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Very many things, but Chris, I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on this whole entire thing? Like, where do you stand on this right now?
On what, the owners, or like this so
everything, Chelsea.
Like, I already said it, like, sacking Maresca, that's gonna change nothing, because you just gotta bring in a guy where he's not a big name, he hasn't really, like, done a whole lot. Like, with Maresca, I didn't mind him.
But
like,
sure.
Yeah, okay, yes, but there was issues. He even said, like, the medical team were messing around. He wanted centre-backs, he wanted this. Like, we won 2 trophies and got top 4, and what did we do with it? We brought Garnacho, Gittins, the lap, no centre back, no keeper he wanted, even though I will say Sanchez has done really well this season, so at least there's that. But yeah, like with like today as well, like that was just shocking, but like we already spoke on that. And yeah, like I would get rid of the ownership, but like you just can't, so what's the point talking about that? I would love to bring back maybe Todd Boehly into it and see how he changes things, like since he's part of the ownership, right? He had some sort of ambition. It's just he had no like directors and nothing but like beside him at all. So he's a bit clueless on that as well. I just know, like what Scott said, we're just fucked for now. we're not gonna like.
No, we are finished as a top club until these guys leave. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've said this from a while ago. I said this from earlier this season. Like our season this season is effectively finished. And I know some people say, "Oh, we can still get top 4." I don't care. Like top 4 is never.
What does that do for us? That's the question.
Yeah, bro, it doesn't do anything shit.
Yeah, man. Unless you're doing.
The only thing it does for us is doesn't put us in financial ruin because these guys want to spend half a million,
a standard,
half a billion.
Yeah, like
but hang on,
it doesn't do anything for us.
One second, Chris. Then you can make your point. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Scott. What's the point of getting top 4? Well, unless I'm doing like an away day, yeah, or maybe trying to go to like whether it be Milan or if I go to like Madrid or some of these other places, yeah, to face some of these teams. There is genuinely no point of us being the UCL. What is the point of being there, bro? Is it just there to participate? Listen, with all due respect, I respect Bodo Glimt as a team. We've just become another Bodo Glimt, another Napoli, another RB Leipzig in the competition. Just there to participate. Yeah,
we're there to make up the numbers. Probably get to a round of 16, maybe a quarter final with a good draw, and that's it. That's literally that's our full hope at the moment in the UCL. I don't care, bro. This season's finished. The season's finito unless we get a good draw in the FA Cup and we somehow make it to the final, which I don't even know.
About the FA Cup, because what we're gonna do in that one? Save our players again?
No, at least with the FA Cup, bro, it's a trophy, though, right? As much as I don't really care.
I just don't see us winning it.
No, that's fair, but yeah, like this whole, I'm just so
after today.
We say this a lot, and I feel like I've said this a lot over years, but I feel like this is like the realest this has felt. There's no connection to me with this team, none. Like I realized this, I think, either earlier or either while I was watching the game or earlier today. I feel no emotion or very few emotions watching the games, and the emotions I often feel more often than not is just either anger at watching some of these players play football because I think they suck, or just apathy. Like, we score in games, I don't care. We concede, I don't care
anymore.
No, bro. Like, there's just nothing. Like, there just feels nothing. Like I said, I'm not even vexed we lost this game. I'm vexed at how we lost this game.
The problem for me is that, it would be great, like, I think I could understand this, yeah. I'll use an example. Like, Marshall knows I'm a big NBA fan, right? Sure. As an NBA fan, right, your hope is, let's say, if your team's tanking or your team's doing really poor, the hope is, you get a good first round pick. Your team builds upon that, he improves, and with time you add to that, and then you get to like the pinnacle, correct? Right? And that's the hope. And then usually when that happens, you're able to accept seasons, bro, when you lose, because you're like, you know what? Next season, I know I'm going to be getting XYZ. I know my team is getting better, right?
And also, sorry to interrupt. Also, in like things like the NBA or like MLS as an example, where it's similar, the disparity between a lot of teams is a lot closer. So it's a lot easier for you to make up the gap of them becoming a very good team.
Exactly, but I think the problem is, and I've said what we see at Chelsea is that it's not. This is not happening. It's like stagnation is occurring for us, bro. Right? It's like last year we reached what some would argue to be good progress. Right? We got top 4 in the end. Right? We had some players that had generally improved. We got the Club World Cup that some people were really happy about. Some people even went to finals for and were like, this is a good trophy. We should push on from there, right? But then you look at them, the signings you make. Those signings don't improve you. They just maintain the position that you're at. And that is what... What, were you disagreeing or something, or you want to say something?
No, go ahead. Yeah, I was going to read the super chat when you're done.
Yeah. Okay, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, you've just stagnated, bro. You've not improved the team. The team's not improved. In some cases, you can make the argument you've set the team back again by a year or two because some of these guys are inexperienced that you brought in that need, again, a season or two to get to the level that you were at just this season.
Big up to the Blue Studio for the $2 super chat. We might win the UCL, guys.
Okay.
Hey, Marshall, you had hope.
Under Maresca. Why? Because I've seen Maresca win a trophy, 2 trophies. I've seen Maresca go against the odds and
I also
win.
believe under Maresca, whether this was because of Maresca or because of the players, we don't know yet. Like, the fact that we've lost 2 games against Arsenal tends to lean it more towards Maresca. But under Maresca, against big teams, again, because we've seen it, there was a belief of we can get something from every big team we play. Like, for example, right? You look at the Arsenal game. Even though we drew that game, we were down to 10 men, and there was still a belief we could get something from that game. Whereas 2 games under Rosenior, again, like, I know obviously we're missing some players, and it's only 2 games against Arsenal. You know, we might beat United, we might beat City. This might be something to come back to and say I was wrong. That's completely fair.
Yeah, of course.
But in the 2 big games we've seen so far under Rosenior, there's been at no point today did I think we were going to win that game.
No. Not at all.
At no point today did I think we were going to win that game.
You guys heard me at the end of that watch along. I was begging for something, especially during that free kick.
First thing that I think we were winning that game, and so when we're having to face your Bayern Munichs or your Real Madrids or your PSGs or your Arsenals again or teams like that, is there a belief that, because I'll be real, we only just came back against Napoli, and Napoli are kind of shit. Is there a belief that you think we can beat them over 2 legs?
The thing is,
right now there isn't a belief. Like, we might, obviously, but right now there isn't a belief for me that we could,
because at the end of the day, it's football, right? Like, we could, maybe. But the thing is, guys, and when I say that, I'm talking mostly to chat, not you guys on the panel. You already know how I feel. The thing is, when I'm looking at the football that we're playing, and how we're just barely getting last-minute winners against a relegation side West Ham, and looking how horrible that football is. When we go up against a good team, like we did today, for example, right? When we go up against a good team, we will get exposed. We won't be able to get away with that kind of football. We won't be able to get away with last-minute, last-ditch effort, last-ditch winners and stuff like that. No, like, other managers will expose us. Other better-built teams will expose us. I wouldn't be if we went up against Real Madrid today, and this Real Madrid side that's shit, we will get lambasted. We will get walloped. Defensively, we haven't looked that great outside of this game. We looked good this game, but to be fair, Arsenal weren't really going for it, and they don't even have the best attack.
The thing is, Marshall,
sure.
Listen, I'm actually going to agree with Lola here. Like, Lola makes a good comment towards the end about even Maresca. Maresca, yes, made mistakes too. Like, Rossini's made mistakes, Maresca's made mistakes. And I think those are both fair comments to make. I actually, I've separated the managers, because for me, at the end of the day, the managers, I think our issue right now is more than just managers. It's just about the squad that we have currently, the level of talent in there, the level of quality, the lack of improvement on quality that's being brought in season upon season, right? Which is continuing the stagnation that we have within the squad, right? Which is the main issue, right? Before Rosenior, for me, I've already accepted, and I've said this before, I know he's not going to be, I know this guy's going to need time. He's going to be the same situation with Maresca, which is the hope, which is that he needs time to develop, needs time to learn from his mistakes, because at the end of the day, he's still not that level of a manager that we think of him as. Yeah, same thing was what we all said about when Maresca came in to the team and did what he did, right? And so when you have all of these issues again, that we all talk about in this thing, we all know where they start from, and until those guys up top realize this, we are going to be talking about this on a week in, week out basis. You know what I mean? It's all one of, and the thing is, I know we just mentioned Paris Saint-Germain. We are going to face by the way, guys. Yeah, I think when does this last 16 start? Is that in March, guys?
No, but it's
we are facing one of. I think we're facing one.
It's one of Barcelona. No, it's going to be one of Barcelona or PSG. We're going to face.
No. So we face one of Monaco or Bodo Glimt, and I think if we win that, we face one of PSG or Newcastle. Yeah.
So again, guys, it's not getting any easier. If we face Bodo Glimt, by the way, that's gonna be fucking tough. I'm gonna be very real with you. Bodo Glimt is a fucking good side, by the way. Yeah. As well, it's just, I think for me, we have reached the end of the story. Okay, we're not gonna get any better than what we are right now, right? We can only either maintain it or get worse. That's just the reality right now with the guys that are bringing. I already know next season. I've got Quenda coming in. With all due respect to Quenda, I don't know what he may be a quality.
17, 18?
Yeah, again, with all due respect to him, he's 18. I don't know what to expect from him. Yeah, who's the other guy that we know that's coming in? There's another guy that's coming in that I forgot about. Emeka, injury prone. And Tamino, injury prone. All these guys that there's probably two Penders as well. All these guys that you mentioned again, these guys are holding you back for another 2 to 3 years. You see what I mean? It is another 2 to 3 years being held back. You know what I mean? The project keeps going. The project keeps this alleged project keeps getting delayed by 2 years. And I'm being 2 years generous in saying that these guys are going to even improve. Some of these guys are just going to be shit. With all due respect.
Oh, by the way,
they're not going to improve.
It's not Bodo Glimt. It's Monaco or Karabag, and then we face one of PSG or Newcastle.
Yeah, I figured it was Monaco.
Yeah, it's not Bodo Glimt, but even so. Yeah, of course we will. Okay, mate. I can't.
This is rage bait. This is rage bait. This is rage bait. It has to be rage bait.
This is speaking facts.
It's rage bait. It's rage bait.
I'm
a burner.
You got Quenda like 21, Esteban 21, Palmer 25 or whatever.
Yeah.
Joe Pedro, like we're cooking, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. We're winning everything.
One thing I also want to point out, because I had time to think about this, I was like, because even like after this game, and I know it's emotions are running and we're upset with the fact that we lost the way we did. I was thinking to myself, like, normally, like if we get top 4, I'd be kind of like ecstatic. But even if we do get top 4 by some miracle this season, I don't think it would change anything of how I feel. And I think last season it did change how I feel because we were so deprived of that for the last 2 seasons. And we finally had a manager that could come in, or a coach that came in and actually brought the standard of Chelsea back to where it should be, which is minimum top 4. I was like alleviated that we finally stumbled upon a solution. I just think the solution is this guy.
You know what it is, Marshall? You know what it is? Yeah, I want to say 2 things. You know, when people say they want the team relegated, I don't want to get the team relegated too far. But what we should say, I actually want no Europe, actually. That's what I want. I need them to feel pain. That's what we need to start thinking about, bro. Yeah, that's what we need. I need teams to do a job on us to make sure we don't get Europe, so that they can actually feel something for once, yeah, and realize, without actually us doing the fucking job of when we want to get these young top talent players and pay the fucking money, yeah, instead of dilly-dally and getting cucked by Liverpool, cucked by XYZ every single time we try to go for a top player. Maybe they'll learn their lesson. Maybe they'll finally learn, if we want to buy a player, we have to pay that fucking money now because we lost Europe because we couldn't do that fucking thing. Maybe, just maybe, they'll learn that lesson for once.
I agree.
Yeah, and this is the thing. I'll tell you guys right now, as someone who's been to the games now, the fans don't really give a fuck of what's going on in the backstage. I mean, yes, they do to an extent. Obviously, you hear the chants, "We don't care about Clear Lake, they don't care about us," and F off at Bali. Like, obviously the fans know, but at the end of the day, they just want to see good football and they want to see results, and they're happy. They're not gonna protest. They're not gonna stop buying the merch. They're not gonna stop going to the games because they just love the club, just like all of us here on this panel. But I agree with Ahmed. I think if we don't make Europe, that probably hurts their pockets a lot. And if they're struggling to sell players, that probably hurts their pockets a lot as well. As they keep not getting a front of shirt sponsor, that probably hurts their pockets a lot. Like, all these things factor in. And honestly, obviously getting relegated, I don't think is going to happen. As much as you want to wish for that, I don't want to go through that myself as a fan. I don't wish that for my team. But with enough stinting the monetary gains of Europe, sponsorship, and these players that you're going to be stuck, like, guys, let's be real. Who the fuck is going to buy Garnacho? No one's going to buy Garnacho. I'm telling you right now. Who the fuck is going to buy Delap after the season he had this season? 30 mil, you'll be lucky if you can get 10 mil for him. Exactly. I mean, like, you're going to take all these losses for all these... Wait, real quick. Let me just land. Let me just land real quick. You're going to take all these losses on all these players, and what I can hope for at this point is that Iqbali decides, fuck, these directors cost me all this money. I'm going to fire them. Hopefully that's the case.
Good luck with that.
That's the best I can hope for right now.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, you could sell Delap, by the way. He is English, playing Premier League, 15 mil. You just want to get 30. Like, his stocks are going down. He still scored, 1 in the Premier League, as Kai did. He did a screen recording of him scoring down where Delap is in top scores, and he's like 144th in the Premier League or something. So, yeah, his value's
The
just
thing,
going down.
the thing for me is just that, this is the curse of being. Right now, we're suffering from success. You know what I mean? I hate to use that term.
He's stuck here, by the way. Everyone's saying that Enzo, Palmer, all these players are going to leave. Maybe in 3-4 years, but not next
Can
season.
I be honest? If Palmer wants to leave after the season he's had this season, who's taking him at this rate? Let's keep it real. He's not had a great season
No,
this season.
people will take him. People will take him.
No.
People will take him.
No. You don't understand the point I'm trying to make. Relax. I'm not. This is not me. Relax.
Because he's not doing so well this season. That's what he's
No,
saying.
yeah. No. The point I'm trying to make is that you look at the way he's played this season. He has been nullified this season. Right now, yes, we can say obviously he's not been playing to his best. There's still going to be suits out there for him. Of course, that's true, right? But at the same time, he's also not helping himself out this season in the way that he's played either.
I mean, he's been injured most of the season.
But the thing is, like, people know that there's a talent there that's just being held back by Chelsea. Like, absolutely, he's gonna.
We could sign for 100 million or near 100 million still. I guarantee.
But even this season, like as shit as he's been, he's had an impact on the team. Like,
I mean,
some
what's
good
the GA
impact.
still? Like 8, 9? Like
maybe, I don't know.
No, not probably 9. Probably 8 or 7.
Like he will still go, but like if Palmer gets over 120 million, I'm not batting an eye. The thing is, he's not gonna get sold for 120 million. His contract is not worth that much. It's worth a lot more. That's the problem. He's got
how much is his? Yeah, he's got 8 years left. He's probably got. Yeah. I think for me, listen. Either way, whether or not Palmer goes or leaves is another thing entirely. But there's guys. Listen, the squad. I'm gonna be real. It needs overhaul, bro. We probably need a guy in pretty much every single position. Low key, we need a guy pretty much in every single position. Hear me out, yeah. Hear me out. No. Goalkeeper, right? Obviously, I think we should be fine. We should be fine with goalkeeper right now, right? Okay. Kukurea and Hato, I don't necessarily mind that one. Okay, I don't mind having that be 1A, 1B. Okay, Reece James and Gusto. If Gusto can go realistically, but if he's there just to be a backup that does the 1v1 defending as a right back and nothing more, I can hold it. I can hold that to an extent, right? But right centre back and left centre back, you need to bring in one each. One each need to come in, bro. One each need to come in respectfully. Okay, midfielder. We know that someone has to come in to be the actual 6. Right, and then someone else to be a backup, maybe. That's it. So you need 2 more midfielders in the team, right? Right winger, we need a new guy. No, we don't. So not right winger. Sorry, left winger, you need at least 2 new guys. One that's going to be very good, and one that's going to be a backup. Maybe say Quenda's the backup, and then whoever's going to be the new left winger. All right, strike.
We need potentially 2 wingers anyway, because if Quenda's the backup right winger, we need 2 left wingers. If he's the backup left winger, we need a backup right
exactly
winger.
Right. Striker wise, I'm going to be honest. If you want to keep João Pedro, fair enough. But the other guy, we need a starting top striker, bro. That's the best way to put it. We need starting top striker. Simple as that, bro.
No, I agree. And yeah, like on the comment, by the way, about not batting an eyelid about Palmer getting sold for 120 million. When you see the shit these owners buy, saying you wouldn't bat an eyelid about one of our better players getting sold for 120 million, knowing what they would reinvest it into, like you're an idiot.
Guys, we got rid of Nicholas Jackson for Delap. So yes, I do care about which good players leave.
They go and buy 3 18-year-olds all for 40 mil each.
Or they would go in for like a top talent and then not actually get it done, and then at the end be like, listen, Sapaev is coming, we're not worried.
Sorry, I was wrong. I'll tell you what we do. We'd probably go and sign Ruta from Brighton for like 40 mil. We'd go and sign probably James McAtee.
Probably be a good signing, to be fair.
No, we'd probably go for James McAtee from Nottingham Forest for like 30 mil. And then we'd probably go and buy some random Belgian no-name 18-year-old for about 30 mil. And then spend the other 20 mil on some random Brazilian 16-year-old who can't play for us for 2 years.
We are fucked. Yeah. We are fucking fucked.
You know what's funny? One thing I'm going to point out now is that, he's talking about Wolves being a hard game. You know what? If Wolves becomes a hard game for us, if Wolves becomes a hard game for us, away. This Saturday, it's away. This Saturday, I think, isn't it? Is it Saturday that we play them on Sunday?
I don't know. I don't care.
Oh, we're away. That's gonna be a tough game. We are away.
Chris, can you just check for me, mate, if you don't mind?
We are away. Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, it's at the Molyneux.
Saturday, what time? Saturday, 3 p.m. at the Molyneux. Yeah, if that becomes a hard game where we struggle to score, we are cooked. I'm gonna be so honest with you.
They put up a good game against Newcastle, 0-0.
Oh fucking hell!
Chris. 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 If you're gonna try to rage bait the rage baiter, you need to do better than this, bro.
They also drew to Man United. I'm just making myself laugh. That's all.
I hate so much about this team at the moment.
Damn, even Matt Law's talking sense. Fucking Christ, bro. Matt Law didn't like the approach from Chelsea. They're a big club with a history of winning. Go toe-to-toe with Arsenal and try to win the game.
Yeah, that's
total non-event, in my opinion. I agree.
We would have done that back in the past, for sure.
Yeah, back in the day.
Bro, we are, bro, we are literally...
We did it. Yeah,
bro, we're literally, bro, I swear to God, man, the term cock has never been stronger at Chelsea Football Club, bro.
Yep.
Genuinely, we are full of cocks, bro, whether it be on the pitch, off the pitch, the fans, bro, we are just full of cocks right now, bro. And you know what, man? You know who we are. I've been thinking about this more and more often. You've seen the TikTok meme of the guy of the different cucks, right? it's the coach. You've got the analyzer. You've got the note taker. We are bro. I'm gonna be honest. We're the note takers, bro.
Yeah.
We sit there, we watch everything happen. We're taking notes. We're trying to devise stuff. That's what we're doing right now, bro. That's what we are.
Yep. I'm just sick of it, bro. I'm sick of this whole thing. We are Arsenal, bro. We're Arsenal under Wenger, is what we are.
We're actually worse, bro. We're worse than Wenger. We're actually worse. We're genuinely worse because
that's basically what we are. We are that, just maybe a bit worse, but it's just we just accept it, bro.
I mean, Arsenal fans was accepting it in the wide anyway. I would say not like everyone at Arsenal, but there was a lot of fans okay with it until it was.
I've finally reached the stage. Someone mentioning Drogba there. I'm finally at the stage of where he was at. I don't recognize this club anymore.
Yeah.
This isn't Chelsea anymore. This is fully, without the actual rebrand, this is fully CFC London.
It definitely is CFC London. No cap, it's just CFC London, bro. I used to make fun, I used to make funny and conspiracy theories on Casually FC, maybe they're trying to change the name to the club to CFC London. You might as well just call it this one. You don't even change the name.
They've changed everything else about the club outside of the name. They've changed the whole identity of the club. It doesn't feel like Chelsea anymore.
Bro, it doesn't.
A lot of our players don't deserve it.
It's crazy because I hate when people do this thing of nostalgia a lot of the time. When it's back in the old days, it used to be so good and everything like that. But low key, bro, that's what, bro. I'm low key praying for days under Tuchel when we're trying to win the UCL. I'm his number one hater.
Yep.
Do you know how crazy that sounds, Marshall?
I've got a poster of Drogba next to me.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I prefer really not to.
How sad it is. I've got a poster of Drogba next to me, and looking at it makes me sad because I just think about what we had, the type of striker we had, the type of players we used to have.
Scott, you're that meme, where Wolverine or whatever it is, holding that picture of Drogba. Good old days.
You know what makes it worse, You know what makes it worse?
I miss you.
You know what makes it worse? Guys, is that Scott knows this because he goes to games like myself. Marshall's been to the games, when you're at home, they'll have a screen here next to like the drinking area or around the area, which will show you the history of the club, bro. So you'll be seeing images of like Drogba maybe scoring the UCL final, or like some of our old ex-players doing like great stuff here in the past year. And then like, you know, you're watching Chelsea versus Brentford, bro. Yeah, we won the game, but it was fucking disgusting to watch. You know what I mean? Like we should have been there like down at 2-0 at some point in time. It's just like the contrast can never be more evident.
I don't even mind a disgusting win, long as we're actually like heading somewhere. We're heading nowhere.
You know what it is? You know what, low-key, Lola? I would take old school Mount, man. People can hate me for saying, bro. I'm taking Mount back in 2021, bro. I'm taking all those guys again.
No, he's cooked as well.
No, you can absolutely fuck off.
Mount had a good team around him. He had a good defense, a good midfield.
I'm alright.
He was good.
Fuck all of you. No, fuck all of you. He's shit as well.
No, I'm agreeing. Like in this team,
I'll take Werner, but I will not take Mount. I'll take Werner, but I will not take Mason Mount.
It's still not good.
I would take Ruben Loftus-Cheek in that state, bro. And I hate Ruben Loftus-Cheek, by the way.
Yes.
As a backup,
but you hate Ruben. What the hell?
You know, I hated second season Ruben. You know, right back Ruben. I did not like that guy at all. That guy used to piss me off every single game, remember?
Yeah, Mount 2021 was actually really good, fair, but...
Yeah, well, yeah, 2021 Mount, sure.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, 2021 Mount, I'll take him.
That was not good.
Yeah, 2021, that's what I'm talking... I think, yeah, I'm taking Prime, Mount. Well, whatever that Prime was. So that's the...
I won't take back Gallagher either before you even say it, people.
No, we're not taking Gallagher. Yeah, bro, we can't take Gallagher. We can't take Gallagher. The thing is, man, Rossini, bro. I don't know if Rossini. I think Rossini doesn't feel. You know, Rossini is showing us, bro. He doesn't feel like Chelsea's a big club anymore, bro. You know what I mean? The way he's acting, the way he moves with the scene of the club. You can objectively tell, bro. He feels like this club is not a big club anymore, bro. He's handling us like we're Strasbourg. I said this before, man.
He is, and I think he's given the okay to do
it. Today I will agree.
Yeah, Liam came out and said, if I go, there's the thing, and I disagree with you, Liam. If I go and attack the game, press really high, and we can see 2 goals early, everyone asks, what's he doing? That's the reality of the job. If you lose, you're criticized. If you win, you're a genius. You're criticized. If you lose, you're criticized. If you win, you're a genius. The thing is, if you press really high and concede 2 goals, at least the fans say, well, he was going for it because we're down.
Did we not have
Most reasonable fans will say that. And honestly, look at the context. This Arsenal is not a good attacking team. They're genuinely not.
Terrible.
They get a good portion of their goals came from corners, which I'm not going to criticize. If that's a weapon you have at your disposal, use it. That's fine.
Do me a favor.
Of their goals.
Do me a favor.
What's up? What?
Someone. I don't know whether he meant to do this or he didn't mean to do this, but someone has actually managed to prove our points on the attacking thing. Bring up HA's comment about him attacking PSG with Strasbourg. I'm glad you brought this up because in that game, the only reason they lost that game was due to defensive mistakes.
Yeah.
Thank you for proving our point. They lost that game. They drew that game. They didn't even lose. They drew that game.
Yeah, they drew 3-3.
Oh, sorry, 3-3, which was down to defensive errors.
Yep.
It wasn't even down to the fact that PSG just carved them open because they pushed too high up the pitch. They lost that game due to defensive errors, or drew that game to defensive errors. So thank you for proving our point.
And listen,
went toe-to-toe with Strasbourg.
United's attack is better than ours. I'll admit that. I think that's very reasonable to say. But they gave you the recipe. They gave you the footprint on how to go at Arsenal. Go at them. Attack them. Look at the goals that Arsenal scored in that United game. One was an own goal, and then what was the other one? A mistake from, I think someone made a mistake.
It was Lomans on the corner.
No, before that one. It was, someone gave it away right in front of the net, right?
I don't remember.
I forget because I missed that game, and we ended up watching the second half, Ahmed. But like, regardless, like, Ahmed squared. Regardless, like, they showed you could get at Arsenal.
One was bad enough.
Yeah, one was bad enough.
So listen, no, the fan base would at least listen. I've been there and I've seen them. These guys are dying for attacking football. The fan base would have been okay with you losing as long as you were attacking, because you knew you had to chase the game. You knew you had to go after the game.
I don't mind setting up still defensive for the first half, long as like you don't play like a Delap at right wing or Enzo at left wing. Why not go with a different shape or a back five? Why not do that? More compact in the midfield.
And guys,
maybe we still create better
maybe
chances.
maybe I shouldn't be comparing these games, but remember when we completely capitulated the first leg against Real Madrid when we were with Tuchel, and then we went to this I was about to say the San Siro, the Bernabeu, and brought the game to them, and then we ended up losing the tie because of the last minute goals. I remember being in that game, and when the game ended and we ended up losing, I put my hands up in the air and said, hey, it is what it is. Fair, we lost that one fair and square, but at least we put up almost a historical comeback. Did you guys feel the same way?
Sorry, say that again.
The Tuchel Real Madrid to the second leg where we lost on aggregate, where we almost made the comeback. Did you feel after that game, oh, Tuchel bottled it by going full attack?
No.
I think you were like me. You felt, you know what? Kudos to Real Madrid, because they really put up a good game. We almost made a historical comeback. We didn't win at the end of the day. It is what it is. It didn't feel like this. So I'm just giving an example of, like, I know it's a much bigger occasion, but I'm giving an example of that was a game where we completely capitulated the first leg. We go into the second leg, full on attack, full on knowing what we have to do, put our freaking boots to their necks. And at the end of the day, we lost because they had brilliant moments with Benzema and Modric and that pass to Rodrigo, which I'll never forget. And it was just good football. Oh well, at the end of the day, we did everything we could. I wasn't upset. I was just, bummed that we couldn't get it done, and football did what football does, right? So it's one of those, like, today, dog, you could have gone attack. And even if we lost, at least the fan base know that in this game, you had to go for it. And they would have at least praised you for that. At least I would like to believe so, especially considering how these fans react in the game when the football is just possession-based and we're not attacking, we're not scoring goals. Yes, we still lost, and I'm not saying we didn't lose, but the manner in which we lost in that game was much more respectable than the manner in which we lost this one.
Oh my god! Who's he calling a Tuchel cokehead, Ray? Who's a Tuchel cokehead, Ray? I need to know who that is, man. Please let us know.
Tuchel's a cokehead. Yeah,
Tuchel is a cokehead, man. Confirmed. Allegedly.
That's literally an oxymoron, but okay.
So that's what I'm saying, like...
Do you think the Coke helped
that's
Tuchel?
The point I'm getting at. That's the point I'm getting at. Like, we could have gone for it, and I would have respected it more, because I genuinely I'm not that scared about Martinez.
Rafinha did this, by the way, against Rafinha did this against Marseille, even though they did lose the game, like towards right at the end of the game. Yeah, he literally went attacking the first half.
We just
against
PSG,
not PSG. No. It was Marseille that I'm talking about, because I'm talking about really recent, because PSG wasn't that recent.
This season was the PSG game.
They just lost recently to PSG.
Well, that was under O'Neill.
No, under Rafinha when they drew 3-3.
Yeah, but I'm talking about. I think there's a bet. Yeah, they went for it in this game as well. The Marseille game. The reason why I bring that up, because I think that's a much better example of, like, our situation. They were in a good position. They if they got a win, I think they would have been in the top 3 at the time, right? They would have been solidified in the top 3. They literally went for it. America scored a goal. They then decided to shut up shop, and they did an actual good job of it. It was just like a moment of brilliance from Aubameyang that was able to get him to equalize for them. Before that, obviously, Parichao, I think, scored the second one.
Oh my god! And that's the other thing too. If we had just gone for it, got that first goal, maybe even got a second goal, and shut up shop outside of the corners, bro, they wouldn't have done shit. They genuinely wouldn't have done shit. Their attack sucks.
And then you know what you could have done? You could have actually gone on the counter then. Then you could have then played counter-attacking football.
Yeah,
you could have
especially
brought
on
on
the corners.
and
Especially
then
on
you
the
could
corners.
have right, and then you could have at least then brought on. I'm not saying this guy would have done anything for us still. Garnacho at the very least on the counter. You got Garnacho on the counter then.
Said this earlier, Ahmed. Like, even though I don't
Yes.
rate him and I think he's shit,
Yeah.
like
But again, this is
having him on the pitch, at least, like, A, there's an outlet, and B, it's a case of like he suits what you're trying to go for in that instance, even if he does suck.
I'm gonna keep it real, man. People could talk about Reece James. Reece James is my guy, yeah, but we did not need Reece to win this game. People need to get that out of their
I
head,
mean,
bro.
look at our last game we played against Arsenal. We definitely needed Reece in that one.
We did not
didn't
need
Reece
her
to
for-
win this game, but,
No, but
it
the
would have
thing
been
is-
nice to have.
I
him
mean,
there.
he helps a lot.
No, do you know what it is though with Reece, right? If Reece is in this game, he's just doing the same thing that fucking Gusto's doing in terms of inverting.
But Bella, right?
He's just inverting into midfield, bro. Like, so it doesn't really matter either way.
Scott, I'm
Just
just
would've
talking
done a
about
better
like
job.
either just creating a chance or a long shot or something like that. Like defensively, I have like no issue of like.
Thank you, HA.
Gusto,
That's
but
another
just
one
going
too.
forward.
That free kick that.
Gusto.
Oh, maybe that
and
free kick.
Enzo. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, free kick.
When was the last
All
time
that to hit the
Cole
ball.
Palmer? Oh, wait, guys. When was the last time Palmer scored a free kick? Honest question.
Bro, this guy doesn't even train his
don't
free
know.
kicks. I don't even know why he's on
That's
free
the
kicks, man.
answer.
So why is he taking them, bro? So why is he taking them?
I mean,
Because
he
there's
does.
no one
else.
Reece
man.
James is not there mainly. Reece
Because there's
James
no one
does
else.
take a lot as well. It's depending what angle, and then Palmer might take it. I mean, like what? How many free kicks did Palmer score? Like 3, maybe 2, 3, 2. I don't even know.
Man, I might have to make it. I'm making the AC Milan part my part-time AC Milan fandom to 4 times soon, man. Just remind to start making that 4 time, bro.
We only have one good consistent free kick taken. That's Reece James.
And that long shot from Reece would have been nice too. You have
I mean,
that
yeah,
option
Reece
because I know
can
Gusto
pretty
ain't
much
doing
do a
it.
lot of stuff anyway. It's just
So
We'll
let me
just
read
rely
this
on him a lot.
PYS tweet. Leon Delep has 2 goals in 21 games. Jamie
Jesus
Gibbons has
Christ.
been a massive disappointment.
that's all.
He's
Alejandro
the worst.
Garnacho can't take on a man and is only effective off the bench sometimes. Cole Palmer has an ongoing injury. Estelle is 18-year-olds and adapting to the physical demands. Pedro Neto is widely inconsistent. These are facts. Chelsea's attack needs way more quality. 90 million pounds on 2 left wings for neither to be level raisers is a damning indictment on Shields when Stanley and Stewart. We know this.
When
We
can
know
they get
this.
sacked? When can they get sacked? They failed.
I hope
They
this
just got
summer-
a contract extension. They just got a contract extension. They just got 6 years.
Andreska's work, like Andreska's work.
Yes.
That's what they go for.
Yes, they legit just got a contract extension for 6 years.
You know what I was
So-
thinking? I was thinking, I really hope, like, this is another thing I hope for. Obviously, I don't want my club to get relegated. But I do hope there comes to a point where so many managers refuse or coaches refuse to take the job
yeah.
that they're forced to take the job. And we'll see when Stanley or Laura Stewart on that touchline.
Real dark times that they have to take the job.
No, because then they can
Mark-
fucking
Mark-
take
Mark-
accountability.
There's no way.
I've just done the maths, by the way.
What's up?
I took out Palmer and Palmer and Esteval because I feel like one of them I feel like has been a success for the most part, and I feel like we think the other one can be a success.
Sure.
If you look at the other 4 players mentioned, which make up our attack this season, obviously not including João Pedro, that's near as makes no difference. 170 million wasted on 4 players. I do not want to hear shit from our fan base, from some of the people in this fan base that want to, not even that, they want to talk about we need to sell to buy. We don't have the money. We have wasted 170 million on the worst winger we've ever seen play for this football club, bar none. The worst striker we've ever seen play for this football club, again, bar none. On one of the most inconsistent players we've ever seen, a guy that makes Willian look like Azpilicueta. And then just a nothing 20-year-old whose confidence is in hell. That's what we spent 170 million on.
Andre Schürrle wipes the floor of all of these wingers, by the way, and he was just a PNP guy.
Forget Andre Schürrle. I would take Willian back in a heartbeat in his current state over any of our wingers.
You were talking
No.
about the
You know who I'd take? Solomon Kalou. That's what I'd take, bro. That's what I need right now on the team.
Again,
Bro,
that's
I'll
Solomon
do you
Kalou.
one better.
So-
With this striker situation right now, I can't believe I'm even saying this. I'll take Kai Havertz back.
Marshall, I'll go one further. I'll take Higuain back. I'm pretty sure he's retired. I'm pretty sure Radamel Falcao still plays football. I take him with his paper mache knees. I would take Alexandra Pato on one leg over Liam Delap.
Bro, honestly, Chris, you're gonna love this one. I would have rather have kept Armando Broja than got Liam Delap.
Yes, facts. You know.
No. We keep talking about.
You say that Armando Broja has that. How many goals did Liam Delap have?
2 in 21.
2 in 21.
2 in 21. Broja has 1 goal off matching his total for the season.
By the way, you know who I want to listen. I would rather be playing Shin Maheka week in week out. Yeah, who's like really highly rated talent. Yeah, in the academy right now. Yeah, than Delap, bro. I swear to God, bro. Play me Shin Maheka right now, bro. Play Shin Maheka, bro.
Oh my, Marshall. No, Marshall. It's even worse. So Delap has played 15 games in the league and got 1 goal. Broja's played 18 and got 1 goal, 1 assist. He has more GNA than Delap. Playing for Burnley. This guy's shit. And I need to, and again, bro, I wish I'd stuck to my guns with Delap. I really wish I'd stuck to my guns with Delap. I kind of, over time, just kind of got beaten down into thinking this was going to be a decent transfer if he was a backup, or he could develop into something. I wish I just stuck to my guns. I said it at the time. He looked better
in the Club World Cup than he has now, for sure.
No, he didn't. He was shit in the Club World Cup. He was still arse. It's just he was new. So everyone was like, it's cool, it's acceptable that he's elbowing people in the face and kicking people and having like no link up and just being a target man and everything. He was playing exactly the same. It was just, not 21 games into the season in all comps. I said at the time that signing a guy off of 12 goals for Ipswich was not a good thing and not a flex. And I was right, because guess what? Carlton Morris got 12 goals playing for Luton. He currently plays for Derby County. Rodrigo, was it Rodrigo? Was it Rodrigo? What the fuck is that number 10 that used to play for Leeds? The Spanish dude who also played for Valencia. Was that Rodrigo?
Yeah, it was Rodrigo. It's Rodrigo. Yeah.
As a number 10, he got 11 goals this season. That Leeds were relegated. This thing we wanted to do of signing a guy with 12 league goals playing for Ipswich. Bro, I can't even. The thing is with Delap as well, we're going to be fine because he's 30 mil and he's English, and there will be an Everton or a West Ham that buy him, so we can at least recoup our money. But that transfer is just that is just another one in the long list of shit transfers that we've done. Bro, these guys stink, man. These guys stink, and I heard something.
Sanchez has the same GA as Delap.
And do you know what it is?
What?
I think we need to. And
silent if you've got a big head.
Big head, Rob. Big up.
I wanted to bring this up because I heard Matisse talk about this on the weekend roundup, and I kind of wanted to build off this point. He was talking about Garnacho. They were talking about the weekend. I really think that we as a fan base and just fan bases in general need to start listening to rival fans when they talk about players. Because Arsenal tried to do this with Madueke. Arsenal fans tried to do this. They didn't want to listen to us. They tried to make him out to be something good, and they should have just listened to us because he's been shit for them. We said the same thing to United fans about Mason Mount. We said the same thing to Arsenal fans about Kai Havertz. Man United said the same thing to us about Garnacho, and there were some people in this fan base that wanted to tell you it was going to be different because he wasn't playing for United. He has been the same fucking player he played for United. Outside of the ego issues and the personality stuff, in terms of on the pitch, he has been exactly the same player. So when
Jez telling us that Gittins was too raw, and we see it
100%, a Dortmund fan telling us that he wasn't going to work, he's been shit. Tottenham fans are now experiencing the same thing. We told them about Gallagher. When fans of a club tell you about a player that they watch week in, week out, right? That's why I went to Ahmed for the Jacquet thing. That's why because he watches Rennes regularly. That's why I asked Jez about Gittins when he came on the show, when he was available and we were linked with him. Like, when they tell you about these players, fucking listen to them, because more often than not, they are right. I'm not listening to some fake tacticos who think because we get linked to a player, they pretend they've watched this guy for 1 million games, when they've probably watched a comp that was like 8 minutes long, if that.
part of the thing that I'm gonna add even to Scott's point, yeah, is that I look at a lot of the guys who've signed, yeah, and then I look at can they fit into this team? Does it work? And if stuff needs to be tweaked, can it be tweaked? And for a lot of these guys, we've not tweaked what we do. We've not tweaked, bro. We've not tweaked the system. We've not made the system maybe tweak to make some of these guys work. You know, we can't keep going 1v1 Garnacho against ex fullback or stuff like that when we know Garnacho can't beat his man 1v1. Same with Pedro Neto, right? I understand Gittins obviously was raw. That's fair enough. We can deal with that. We can move on from that, right? Same with even Esteval to an extent. Mm-hmm. But why buy Neto and Garnacho when you have that type of need in terms of those wins is beyond me.
Profit. It's a budget price. We can definitely flip him. The stats show us he's a volume shooter.
The problem is, Marshall, we keep saying it's just profit. It's just profit, yeah. But the problem is, I keep coming back to this, Marshall. They are barely making profit overall, Marshall, on transfers, bro. They consistently overall, if you look at the overall like money they make in the transfer window, it's barely positive, bro. Where is the money being made overall for the club?
My thing when talk about profit, right, is because it's one of those, like, it's not a grey area, right? Because profit is profit, but it's one of those things of like people want to make out something is better than it is. So like people would tell me, oh, we made profit on like Diego Moreira. Technically speaking, yes, we made £1 million off Diego Moreira. What the fuck is the club doing with £1 million? What is the club doing? To give you an example of how little £1 million means to this football club, we signed Dastan Satpayev for £4 million. So we made a quarter of that profit from Diego Moreira. So realistically, that £1 million profit means literally nothing. It means the square root of jack shit. On a similar note, who else? For Cassidy, on book profit, I think we made about 3 million, right? If you look at what we actually bought and sold him for, we broke even, but I think because of book profit, because how many years left, we made about 3 million. I'll ask the question again. What the fuck is the club doing with 3 million? Who the fuck is a club buying for 3 million? That is actually affecting the squad. Because again, Satpayev cost 4. Fofana, who never played, cost 10. Do we even have anyone in our first? Vega, who kind of played for us, cost 10 or 12. So what you're telling me is the profit made from Cassidy is fucking negligible. It's basically negligible because it doesn't matter. Unless you're going to sell 10 of those players, which we're not, and making 3 million each, it's fucking negligible. Washington we haven't even sold. Fofana we haven't even sold. Dewan Richards is now on loan. Angelo, I don't even know how much profit he made. The ones that matter, in my whole point in this, because I'm rambling a bit, is like Hutchinson, where we made 30 mil on him. That's fantastic. That's actually really good. You bought him in for like, I think it was either 1 million or just under 1 million, or it was like a tribunal fee. You sold him for like, I think it was like 25, 30 million, something like that. I think it was 20 million, sorry. That's good profit. That's actually a positive. Someone like I think Felix, we actually made profit on him. That ended up being decent because you actually made profit on him. That's different because you spent 45 mil to make profit on him was good. We then lost money on Nkunku. So you kind of balance that out. Madueke, really good. We made 20, 30 mil profit on him. Fantastic. Like, I'm not going to knock them for that. But everyone wants to go, oh, we made profit on a bunch of these guys. Like a Vega, I don't know how much we made money on him. He's the only other one I'm not sure about. But people want to go, oh, we made money on this guy. So like, oh, we can make money on I don't know, X player that we buy. If you're making 2 million profit, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't affect the club. Making 2 mil profit on 1 or 2 players doesn't affect the club because the most you can buy for that is a Dastan Satpayev from Kazakhstan or some random 18-year-old Brazilian.
I wonder what they're saying.
They're saying that's why I fucking left. Your club is shit. They're ready to run to the ground.
I mean, he's doing
Get out
fucking
while
well
you can.
anyway.
No, he's even better.
Listen, all I'm gonna say,
way to a Premier League title name.
Listen, all I'm gonna say, if that happens, yeah, well, Palmer hands in a transfer request at the end of the season, yeah.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say, listen, I understand, but all I'm gonna say, if that does happen, yeah, do I blame him for it? I don't blame him.
No, I don't blame him either.
Can I be honest?
And people are gonna call him a snake or a coward. Fuck off, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. This might be an unpopular opinion. I hope he does. for the sole reason of I want to see what these owners do. I want him to hand in a transfer request at the end of the season because I need to see what these owners do, because I've said this before and I'll say it again. Outside of the Colwell one, and part of me thinks that's also because they weren't offered enough money for him, we have yet to see what happens when these guys are pushed for a player like this. Like, the only other one was Santos, but I don't actually think we received a bid from him for him.
Apparently, we keep receiving bids for a Champong, Scott.
I think we received one bid from Saudi for Santos, but he didn't go Saudi. Outside of that, even when we had the Bayern rumours, I don't think we ever got a bid from Bayern. I could be wrong, but I don't think we did. So outside of that 40 million bid for Colwell, I don't think we've actually had a bid for someone we desperately want to keep. So I'm interested to see what happens, because I want to see if they actually are of this mindset. If we want to keep
Scott, there's a guy you're not mentioning, a Champong. Right, these guys love a Champa and want to keep him, but apparently he's consistently getting offers. By the way, he's consistently getting offers from every window. Apparently, he's getting an offer.
Well, the only offer I know he's had was the loan offer from Bournemouth in the summer before they got Diakite.
No, so apparently there's been a few big clubs that have offered money to get him because he's basically getting better in the game time. But Dortmund have been trying to get him for a while. I think Bayern themselves, Bayern. There was PSG. I've been trying to get him for a little bit too. So a lot of these top clubs have been trying to get a Champong, bro. And I'll be honest, bro. Yeah, if you're getting Sarr coming back in, you get Anselmino coming back in, bro. If you get a good enough offer, bro, that guy's gone. I'll keep it real.
Yeah. Oh man.
We're just shit, bro. Like this season's finished. It's done.
Yeah.
Like I said,
it's funny, you know. What's funny, boys? Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, Scott. Before you go, go ahead. I was going to say before you go.
What the point is, like, for the rest of the season, outside of getting top four, which who gives a shit, really?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be honest. You know, it's funny that today it was raining non-stop. Where in London, probably throughout the UK in general. Yeah, it's funny because it's raining this much, bro. The weather was what's it called, a sign, bro. You know what I mean? You know, the dark, gloomy rain all day, getting flooded with water. Maybe it's a sign, man. Time to bunker down, bro. Time to bunker down, man.
All right, let's bunker down then, because I'm done. All right. Any final words besides?
No.
Can't wait for
two killing, man. Two killing.
Hey, Wolves, I can't wait.
You don't get to say that.
That's
man.
the important game.
Terrorist to Tuchel.
Wolves.
That's the important game.
That's the
very important game.
Season-defining game.
Imagine we lose that game
Wolves.
after all this talk. Then what?
Yeah.
The boys gave everything. Is that like the default plan? After
We'll be there. We'll be there if it is a loss. Win, lose, or draw. Casually
I'm
FC
afraid we
here.
win because
we should win.
What's the whole point of like?
We should win.
Today.
But that is what it is. But hey, if it's a last-minute winner, the fan base will be happy, and everyone on Twitter will be like, "See, Maresca couldn't do it." Like, fuck off, bro. Fuck off.
Couldn't beat the mighty Wolves. Wait, didn't we already play Wolves and beat them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Very convincingly beat them, by the way.
That was when Garnacho had his best performance of the season.
Yeah. Okay.
Not so convincing when Tosin was in that lineup in the cup, but a lot more convincing the second time around. But all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to raid out to Carefree Lewis. I might even join that panel a little later.
I might even join. I forgot he's live.
Yeah, so big up to every single one of you. Copy and paste the raid message. Let Lewis know exactly where you guys are coming from. Go and show some love and support because, hey, all us Chelsea fans are going to need it. We're in this together, man. Big up to every single one of you in the chat. Also, big up to you guys if you are a member. It does help out the channel tremendously. It will get the lights back on, I'll promise you that. But yeah, especially if you are a proper casual and higher tier member, those members get shout outs at the end of every show. And that's going to go out to, let me just get this actually list up. That's going to go out to Laundry Sadiq, A. Soliman, EE, and Adrian. Thank you so much. Thank you to our sponsors today and the super chats. And also, guys, be sure to like the video if you haven't done so already. Helps out the channel tremendously. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. We're trying to hit 5K. There's a big surprise and reveal at 5K, so please do that for me. And hype up the video if you're watching this in the future. We'll catch you guys soon for another something. Oh, tomorrow, call-in show. So yeah, come on in tomorrow. Have your say. We're going to talk about this game, I'm sure, more, and where you guys stand on Liam, the ownership, whatever you want to talk about. Some of you even asked to be a part of the panel today, but I don't let, just random strangers come in. No offense. I don't know what you're going to say or what you're going to do on camera.
Took it out.
What? That was quick. And just, let's get you in on the call-in show. That's your chance to really show your minerals. How about that? But yeah,
and you know what?
One of you.
Sorry, Marshall, just quickly.
Night. Stay casual. And Ahmed, make it quick because I got it.
No. I know you gotta go. I'll be here tomorrow, actually. So listen, if you have any queries against myself or Marshall about what we said today, we will be here tomorrow. It's gonna be 10 p.m., right?
Yes.
Then we'll be here tomorrow.
10 p.m. UK time. Mostly Ahmed. The queries, by the way. But yeah, stay casual, guys. Have a wonderful night. Peace.